realize you had to click another button to get on here. What's happening? Good morning, Mark Ely, who is first. Thanks for coming in. My coffee's brewing. And what am I missing? I don't know. I feel like I'm missing something. So good morning. How's it going, Mark? What you up to? Good morning, Jeff. Truckers Education Network is in the house. Jeffrey Lake, do you have your coffee? How you like this? This is my stand-in Snorlord coffee mug. It's just a placeholder until I can figure out how to get one delivered to me there. Hey, Pop Tart, good morning, girl. How's it going out there? No, Jeff, you're glamping. Let's get that straight. So I'm gonna give just a couple seconds. I gotta pour my coffee right now. Bear with me, guys. Oh, so Jeff, let me ask you this: can you wrench people in StreamYard? Or I think it's only in the YouTube app, but I don't think you can open up the YouTube app while you're doing the StreamYard, right? Pop-Tart is shopping. Mark Ely says, good, got an 8880 plane for this week, working Ohio Valley. Oh, planned. Are you saying like an 8? Okay, I got it. Mark's got an $8,880 week planned. Is that what you're saying? Yeah, I'll show him my coffee mug when he shows up. I think okay, let's try it, guys. Bear with me for a second. I'm going to try something. Because I want to give out some wrenches, but let me see. Okay, I found my live on there. I'm in here.
Okay, I found my live on there.
No, but it's in a separate browser. I'm lost. Adam Bennett, good morning. Hanging out in Reno. Adam's hanging out in Reno. Jay walks in the house. Yeah, drink my coffee. You ain't lying. So, Truckers Education Network says, hey, I have a 10-person tent. I'm camping. I know you have the tent. Okay, I know you have a 10-person tent. Are you talking about the one on wheels, or are you actually trying to convince me that you're actually camping in a tent? Because a little hard for me to believe there, Jeff. Okay, I have my coffee in my standby Snorlord coffee mug. Best I can do right now. On the wheels. Yeah, that's what I figured, sir. That's what I figured, sir. So, been looking a lot into how brokers be brokers, right? And agents and things like that. I want to learn about that business. So, I'm just checking into that lately. Trying to figure out a good avenue to start learning lots and lots about it. For the future, of the business. Love Travel and Adventures in the house. Good morning, sir and ma'am. Having coffee, having a little chit chat about whatever happens here. And basically, I just want to have a good, happy video to kick off the week, first day of the week. Bull of the Woods is in the house. Howdy. And Love Travel Adventure channel. I'm excited for you guys and what's going on. So I think that's really cool. Silos is in the house. 23T680 and stalling on the road. Usual trucking headaches. Oh, Silos, my heart goes out, brother. I've just been I'm at the shop still. I just got fixed up yesterday, completed yesterday. So I'm ready to go out after a long week, which was kind of really like 4 weeks of getting truck repairs. And don't be hating on my truck, you guys, because it's just maintenance stuff, right? It's stuff that happens. Three bad alignments. No, 2 bad alignments and 1 good alignment. These guys at Truck Country in DeForest, Wisconsin, fantastic shop. Jeff says, I'll ask around if I can find something with the 5th wheel plate. Yeah, I need a hot shot guy. Yeah, hot shot guy, do me a little favor. That's what I need. Snorlord is finally here. We can begin. All right, Snorlord, I have something to show you. This is my stand-in cup Snorlord coffee mug. If y'all have a Snorlord coffee mug, pour your coffee in your Snorlord coffee mug today. Sterling Trucking Delivers is in the house. Everybody, please go sub to Sterling's channel. We're having a sub drive, trying to get Sterling to 500 so that he will quit. 500 subs so he will quit Facebook. I think that's a nice little challenge. But yeah, Sterling's got a great channel. It's like an unsung channel, and he does great video editing, great scenery shots, good conversations, fun times. He does a lot of fun, happy music on there. It's great. I enjoy it. I encourage you to go check it out. Mr. Charles is in the house. Good morning. Yeah, I'm showing the cup. Can you see the cup? Sorry about the lighting. This is my temporary Snorlord coffee cup. And so, you like that? That's what's happening right now. Sterling says, I filmed pretty good night time lapse last night. I watched one of them this morning. Yeah, no, I want to order one to support Snorlord, but I have to figure out how to get it since I'm not going home until the next wedding. Yes, I have the middle daughter is getting married next, and that's at the end of October, and so I'm not going home until then. So until then, this is going to keep us warm, okay? How you like that? If you're drinking a great coffee, put down what you're drinking in the comments, please. I'm all fixed up. Snorlord sent me a very interesting video today. Snorlord, you know what? I'm going to put the link on. Can you guys hear the truck? I feel like I'm yelling. The truck is running, and I got all the windows open. Tell me if you can hear that. Jerome Jones is in the house. Send it to me. I can deliver it. You can bring it out to me on the road, Jeff? Jerome Jones says, good morning, everyone. If you're drinking an awesome coffee, please put it in the chat. Tell me what you're drinking. Can you hear the truck is my question. It's kind of loud. I feel like it's loud here. Oh man, Sterling's got a heavy load. Okay, so let me drop the link if anybody wants to come in. Oh, I got to invite. How's your camping trip your glamping trip going there, Jeff? I'm sure you guys are having a great time. Good morning, Mike Campbell. You're awesome. Says he can't hear the truck. Having my Tim's dark roast. Okay. There's the link if anybody wants to come in and chat. Snorlord, if I know what that video is about. I got a partway through it because I had to get ready for the video. For this. But personally, I have known about that for a long time. If you want to come in and talk about it, we can talk about it. So information like that, I don't know. It's hard to tell people because they kind of think you're nuts, But it's very, very real. I've known about that for probably about 4 years now. We have half the Halloween decorations set up on the campsite. Okay, do you guys stay there through the Halloween time? I thought you were just going for 2 weeks. I'm sure they probably have an event there though for that, right? So if you're in here, peeps, please tap that like button if you will. Okay, I got some fun news about Mr. Mike Campbell, who's in the house here. I just got introduced to Mike through Wheelburner. He announced that he was having Mike Campbell do his, I don't know if it's Campbell or Campbell, so forgive me. He's doing the theme song for Wheelburner's channel, and he's also started on one for Nevada. And so you get to go to Mike's channel, and he's got videos of him working on that. And Nevada's channel song is going to be cool. I haven't got to hear the Wheelburner one yet, but I love it. I love it, Mike. Like, it's great. So everybody who is subscribed to Nevada is going to hear a new song coming soon, and Wheelburner's song too, which is neat. Sterling says he can't because he hasn't showered. We're all friends here, Sterling. Snorlord says, I can't come in dealing with a broker and getting ready to leave. Yeah, I've been looking for a load this morning. And it's not pretty. It's always like that on Sundays. I did talk to one of my brokers who happens to be working because the rest of them don't really work on Sundays. And I got a couple of potential really good things that can give me a triangle, that I've been looking for. They got a couple lanes that they need good solid drivers for, and we've been talking about it. And they kind of introduced a new piece to the puzzle to me today. So that will take me from Manistee to Wisconsin. And then we're trying to work out if I can jump in there. It's their lane, but it's a different product, different supplier, and then jump into that, run something for them, come back, boom, 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 right, and do that kind of thing. So I'm excited to see if that's going to work out. It's a good kind of consistent locked-in rate. At least it'll keep me pretty consistent at a good rate for a while. So I'm excited about that. It's kind of a new part of my journey that I'm learning. I'm telling you guys, my opinion, having good relationships with your brokers is going to put some grease on the wheels. Tagalong is in the house. Good morning, Tagalong. Truckers Education Network. Fantastic channel, by the way. If you want to learn about the trucking business, make sure you subscribe over there. Snorlord OG is a fantastic channel. He gets down to it with some real good beefy conversation over there. It's fantastic. Go give him a sub. Snorlord and the Snorlord, let me get this right, Viking Caveman Trucker, that channel, that's also his channel. And I hear he's got a growing member list over there. Might want to be part of that. Check him out. And he does some cool stuff, got cool music and talks about great stuff. Looks at the load boards, talks about freight. Um, Fate Trucking is in the house. Good morning. Hope y'all got your coffee. That's what this is all about. See that? Don't be jealous. Don't be jealous. You can order the real Snorlord coffee mug at Snorlord's merch tent. Mac Lovin, that's right. Mac Lovin is in the house. Pop Tart Gone Trucking, who's also a lady who's got a great channel. If you haven't subbed to her, go sub to her. You said that you are trying to learn about brokers that is smart, and I can hook you up with a few good brokers that will run you and give you the money. I would love that, Pop Tart. I've been working with a few for a little while now and building a good relationship with them. And like every time that this kind of the freight rates, everybody's talking about they're dropping, it gets scary. I've actually been able to kind of hold my head a little bit above that because my broker's taking care of me, because I work very good for them and I've proven myself to them. So it's just a handful, right? But they keep me busy. Like I hardly ever have to touch the boards now, so much that even I've been like, do I even need to keep paying for the DAB board? Right? I could custom overhead like that. But yeah, Pop-Tart, get a hold of me. Can I put my email up here? I'll give you guys my email, so if anybody needs to reach out for any reason or some questions or some help or whatever. I don't want to do a brand. I was trying to do a banner. There we go. Okay. There we go. That's my email address to reach out to me. Sterling Trucking Delivers says good morning at hashtag Beardy Mac. Am I renting the trailer? I have no. So when you do the lease purchase relationship with Dart Transit, they supply you the trailer. They're very nice trailers. So you kind of get to babysit them and take care of it. And when you got to take it in for DOT, you just do it. Now it's free. We've learned about free. However, my carrier does get a 30% cut. I get 70%. That's how it works. So I feel like, there's always the trailer rent's probably hidden in there somewhere, maybe. But it's nice because, I'm out here doing this to purchase my truck. That's the focus, right? So Snorlord doesn't want to come in. He's busy. So yeah. So everything's fixed. Like I said, I'm ready to go. Now I'm back to work. I want to thank you guys all for being supportive and checking on me and offering words of encouragement. This has been the longest stint that I've had where my truck's been down, right? I thought 3 weeks in Indiana was bad. Remember, that wasn't too long ago. But now collectively, I have recovered as far as with the company. So I'm not in the hole with them. I mean, I am for this week, but I'll knock that out in a second. My truck payment is only $69 a day. It's $125 a day for my all truck costs. My not fuel, right? Obviously. So I can pick that up fairly quickly and jump right back into the green. It's my personal finances because I've had to go 4 weeks without a paycheck. I pay myself a W-2 as an employee of my own company right now, and so have not been able to meet payroll for 4 weeks. I think I'm going on 5 now, so I have not gotten a dime. So I've had to utilize my resources to get groceries, you know, get whatever I needed, paid for the rental car to go home when the Indiana thing happened. So that's my own little hole to fill. I have to reimburse myself. So that's the new, the new mountain I'm gonna climb is getting all that cleaned up, right? McLovin says, "Good morning, Sterling." Sterling says everything gets paid no matter what. Just got to have a big foot in the way, right? Sterling says, I was able to pay myself last week. It was nice. Yeah, I know. I'm glad. And I'm glad you got your steer tires. I really am. So, did anybody catch Wheel Burners live last night? I did, but I tell you what, I tapped out because it went long and I fell asleep. To be honest with you, like I fell asleep. But it was about politics. They was getting all fired up in there. They always have a good beefy conversation in there when he goes live. So Mr. Mike Campbell, who's in the house, I think he's still in here, is actually doing a theme song for that channel. So, and Will Burner got some T-shirts and he got a mic. His wife got him a mic, so he's really stepping up his show. Anyway, Fate Truckin' says, "Do you have Cash App?" Yes, I do. Portuguese Trucker's in the house. Good morning, sir. Thanks for coming in. Sterling said I had an atrocious day. Well, you know what, Sterling? You are welcome to come on with your unshowered self and tell us the atrocious story. You don't even have look. You don't even have to be seen. You can put your icon up, right? Like, relax. Portuguese Trucker says, "Me too. I just woke up." Yep. We're just having some coffee this morning, so wake everybody up and get you guys all pumped up for the new week. We're going to go get that freight, and we're going to go make some money, right? Sterling says, "Let me find pants, and I'll tell you." Oh, you know what? If you're not going to wear pants while watching my lives here, just keep it under the camera. Okay, other than that, do your thing. I want you to be comfortable here. So what's going on? Fate Truckin' seems like he's doing great. Self-dispatching. He's got a great channel. He's talking about that. You guys check him out. Share it, please. Tagalong says, three things I don't talk about: women, religion, and politics. And thank you for that, Tagalong, because that's a wise decision. I feel weird sharing my Cash App. I'm not. Ooh. I don't know, Faith. I'm gonna make it, guys. You know what I mean? I love you guys. I appreciate you. But we don't need to go that far. We can't a trucker hungry out there. We all work hard. Yes, we do. Snorlord OG channel. Everybody check that out. We're trying to raise subscriptions to that channel as well. It's super badass, and he has some great conversations. A little bit more controversial thought conversations, juicy stuff. Go sub to Snorlord OG. Yeah, so I'm okay though. I'm okay, and I'm gonna tell you why I'm okay. Because I have great mentorship through Mr. Like and Mr. Snorlord and all the rest of you, right? So I took precautions ahead of time to make sure I'm putting maintenance money away, make sure I had no bill, personal bills, things like that. So I'm all in this truck and about this building this business. So thank God though, I did need to touch my credit card this time. And it's fine, right? Because I don't spend money on credit cards. So at least I try not to, right? And I play the game right. If I use it just enough to build my score and all of that. So this time I had to actually use it. So I'm very glad because I listened to advice to fix your credit. You hear lots of truckers, elder truckers tell you that if you're going to go into this route, fix your personal credit, right? You're always going to need that cushion sometimes to be able to take a loan from yourself, right? So I did that because I have enough credit to help me out in the time that I needed it. I'm all right, and my fridge is full. I did charge some groceries, but that's okay because I can put that right back. So I'm very thankful that I had that cushion to back me up in this situation because I started building my credit a long time ago and studying and getting financial knowledge, right? That maybe, they didn't teach us in high school. So you're out here, guys, and you have all the chances to learn everything, right? We have so much time to study, and I've taken full advantage of that. And I still do. Like, I'm always studying. The main things I study, like all the time, is health and nutrition. I've been studying hormonal imbalances lately, which Snorlord touches on that video that you sent me. Thank you for sending that to me, by the way. And because of food, I'm like a foodie. So when I started learning how food can be medicinal, hey, Sterling's coming on in. Let me finish my sentence though too, Sterling. It's kind of loud in your background. I'm gonna mute him just for a second. So when I started learning about the medicinal abilities of foods, I really kind of went down that rabbit hole. And man, the more I've learned, and then, right? So I study that. I study this business because that's what I'm doing and I want to do it right. Which again, all of you guys have been so great. So thank you for putting out information, because if you're helping one person, you've helped me so much. And I am really striving to be a good product of of what you put out in content to help people. I really am. Like, I'm putting it to the road. Like, I'm doing that. I'm trying different things. I don't just do what people tell me. So please don't put me in that circle. I absorb your information and I make my own decisions with that. So I'm very thankful that you put that information and the advice out there, because I'm the one. If there's only one, it's me. I'm going to tell you right now, and I'm very grateful to you all. So I study trucking, and I also study, I stay away from the news, to be honest with you. I'm studying, like, looking into what brokers do and how they do it and all of that. And got a pretty good idea because I talk to them, right? And I know this part of the business now. But I think I want to go deeper into it. I want to find out the food chain, like all the way, like how the entire chain works, right? I really want to jump into that for real. Snorlord says, I know of 2 people that have lost 100 pounds apiece because of my older content. Yeah. I mean, Snorlord's a example of what you can do with intermittent fasting and keto. I really watch Dr. Eric Berg a lot. Like, that's the freaking greatest channel ever. Stuart Warby's in the house. He had his mom on Wheelburner's channel last night in that live, the Politics and Cigars. And Stuart, I was really I really wanted Mom to get the platform for a while. I'm just gonna be like, I'm just for real. I was so excited to like hear her talk about stuff. Okay, Sterling, you are unmuted, and you said
Oh,
that everything's quiet. Thank you so much for coming in today.
yeah, I shot the truck down. It's pleasant. I'm a little bit north of Vegas, not quite to Arizona yet. Because you're going up the 15, you go Nevada, Arizona, Utah, like within 30 miles.
Okay.
So it's a pleasant morning, and I really shouldn't be idling the truck. I love your new Snore Lord merch right there.
Thank you. Thank
I,
you.
I was telling Snore Lord, you haven't made it till people are bootlegging your stuff.
I know, right?
Yeah.
I'm just like, that's one thing that bugs me is I wish, and I know Amazon made the Amazon lockers, right? But I haven't figured that out yet.
I can't do Amazon. It
You
would
know,
be, I'm addicted to enough stuff, Shannon. Why? I don't need to just have that easy, quick swipe and poof, it magically appears. I have to I have to keep myself in check.
in the sense of sometimes when you need something, okay, just extreme circumstances, right? Like, and I know Snorlord does not, let me clarify, Snorlord does not sell his mugs on Amazon. You have to go to his Snorlord OG channel or his Snorlord Viking Caveman Trucker channel and go to his merch store and order it there, and then it will be shipped to wherever you designate it. But, I'm moving all the time, and we all are moving all the time. So I wish somebody would design something like, a drone system that would just bring stuff right to the truck. Wouldn't that be amazing?
The hard part's catching it when it drops it.
So yeah, well, maybe we could put like, some little landing tray on remember how the old drive-ins used to be where you
put the tray in the window.
Yeah, and then your little drone could just kind of land there and deliver your package.
Right. Oh,
so
that
might
would
be
turn real nasty with my Taco Bell habit. I don't need a drone delivering Taco Bell wherever I'm sitting.
So I like the purple shirt. That color looks good on you.
I love fancy colors, and the truth of the matter is, like, I've had over the years in trucking, I've had my laundry stolen so many times because I can't stand just sitting in the room waiting for the dryer to stop tumbling and stuff. And it's happened so many times where I've been like 5 minutes late. I come back and all my stuff is gone. So like all my pillows and my sheets at the time when I first started trucking, I had pink sheets and purple pillows and yellow pillows and orange sheets and just all sorts of crazy colors. And then people stopped stealing my crap.
No, you gotta put some stains on your stuff.
No.
You gotta get the the truck stop blanket that's $12.
Right.
I've been lucky so far. Nobody's really, but I have very solid color, like just work type clothes. Nothing that anybody would find fascinating.
Yeah, with my current lifestyle in trucking, I'm able to pass through the house quite often now, and so my sleeper is a Bed Bath and Beyond. I've got nice sheets, a nice pillow, nice bed, and everything. I figured, why not treat myself?
So fancy.
Right, I'm so fancy.
You're so fancy. That's funny. Wheelburner Express has finally joined us. Thank you for showing up, Brian. We've been waiting. Brian, I have to show Brian my Snorlord bootleg
official
cup.
Yeah.
Walmart is working on the drone thing. Well, then
we're all screwed. We can just stay home and order Walmart.
That's still not going to get me a Snorlord coffee cup, okay? All right. We got to figure I'm going to figure something out.
Not when you're making them yourself.
This is the easiest thing, and I hate to like invade the space of the Snorlord place, but I think the easiest thing at this point is literally for me to find a load to where he's at and ask if he would meet me and maybe deliver one to me, and I'll pay him some extra money or something. I don't know. That's the best idea I got because I'm not going home for a while. And I
That's
just don't know if I can wait that long for my Snorlord original to cut. You know, I mean, look at
that's the coolest thing about what we do is we can just, you know, book a load and go see family and go see friends and make new friends and stuff. That's a good thing about trucking.
yeah, and it's just, you know, I just don't want to impose. But I think I might be able to talk him into it. I don't know. We'll see though.
Oh, he only looks like an imposing figure. He's a nice guy.
He isn't he though.
Don't let that beard scare you.
I don't know. I mean, he's got kind of the wise wizard look thing going on. So I never really was intimidated by his appearance. And so a lot of people, I hear people say things like that, like somehow he's scary. Sometimes I might think the music's a little scary if you're not kind of comfortable with that. And I always try to picture like him back in the day when he was like at his like prime, like headbanging and moshing and jumping into mosh pits and stuff like that. I'm wondering if he had that beard then. It's
he shared a bunch of pictures on and I don't mean to divulge private information or anything, but he posted on Facebook, so it ain't private. He posted some pictures of back in his youth when he was playing, and no beard, just looked like a typical 90s headbanger.
Just Steve. It was just Steve, the rock and roll guy. Okay. So I was gonna ask him to like someday to put some of those up, you know, like do like a slideshow or something like that. We have TBT USA in the house. Thanks for coming in, TBT.
Him and the missus are out here trucking now. I haven't caught up on their story yet.
So yeah, me neither. It's a plan though. And Wheelburner Express says our live went to 2:30 this morning. I tapped out. I don't know what time it was. Like I watched and watched and watched and watched, and then it just kind of lulled me to sleep. So I don't know what time that was, but I was on there. I know I was on there for some hours. He's just now getting out of bed, and Darlene's handing me coffee now. Okay.
Oh wow.
So
you weren't tired. You were exhausted.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's like sometimes if there's a late live on, like I'll be watching Cassius King. Sometimes he comes on late, which late to me is like 8-9 o'clock. And then sometimes Mr. Like will do a video and later in the evening because he wants to have everybody to be done working because he does, you know, his like teaching videos and stuff like that. Sometimes I'm just like at the sound of their voices, I'm just like, you know, I can last for about an hour, but then it's just like I fall asleep to the talking and then I have to watch the replay. So that's usually
when I first started putting videos up on YouTube, I put a lot of red light rambling where I just turn on the red lights and ramble at the camera while I'm driving through the night. You know?
Yeah.
And people always tell me it's like I have to go back and watch a couple times because you put me to sleep. I was like, good thing I wasn't driving a semi truck.
Right. So you had an atrocious day. Oh, Mr. Charles said hold on before we start. Mr. Charles says Snorlord is definitely a scary guy to meet. Snorlord says I have some performance videos on this OG channel. Okay, I need to go back then. Stuart Warby says I checked out way before 2:30. I need my sleep. Yeah, I was glad to kind of see everybody gather in one spot though. So Wheelburner, that was pretty dang awesome that you put that together because I was conflicted. I was like, I want to watch Stuart's mom and I want to watch Wheelburner. What am I gonna do? Right. So everybody just came in the same party together and got some fired up conversation going on, cigars and politics and all this and cussing, and it was like the whole thing. And so it was good for me. I got to see everybody at once. So thanks for doing that, Wilburner. That was awesome. And so you said you had an atrocious day, and I am concerned. So would you care to tell the room about your
atrocious so day? I got loaded yesterday in Miami, Arizona. There's a giant copper mine in that region. It's near Globe, Arizona, and it's loose coils of copper wire. It's palletized, and basically they put blocks on the trailer, run a couple nails through them. They got 3 over the drives and 3 over the tandems on the trailer. And then, put a couple straps on it. And in the rate confirmation, it tells you, drive careful, don't get killed. Well, to go from Globe, Arizona to Phoenix, you're going westbound on Highway 60. And that is the most beautiful motorcycle road you can imagine. Not that fun in a semi truck.
Really?
And I'm taking it really easy. And a group of motorcycles went flying by me, loud pipes and everything. And every single one of them flipped me off. And I was like, trucks go uphill slow. And I'm one of you. Why are you flipping me off? So I was I was starting to get angry and stuff. And I get to the top of this hill where there's a brake check area. And I said, you know what? Calm down. Let's have some fun. I grabbed all 3 of my GoPros. I set them up on the truck, put on the good microphones and stuff. And I just did a video of going down that I think it's 8.5, maybe 9% grade. You got to take it real easy, real slow, and not get yourself killed. So that was fun. I did some filming yesterday. I'm very happy about that. And I do have a second channel, but it's top secret. And I did a little dash cam footage for that.
Okay, so you're just teasing now, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Sterling's a tease also, in case you didn't know that. So we can't watch it because it's top secret, but it's got cool stuff on it. So there we go. Thanks a lot.
It's the best channel I've ever made, and I'm keeping it secret.
Okay. Well,
so
at least let share it with Red Lady, right? She's your girl.
Yeah. Oh, and she did say that she would next time I'm home, she would just pop up, over my shoulder and say hi to the kids. So
I'm excited because, and I'm going to tell you why. Because I've been kind of like put her on, right? But I'm going to tell you why. Because I think that when you talk about her, it is easy to see how much you love her. Like it's all over you. And so to me, as a person in your audience, like I would just love to see her and just because you love her, like I just know that she's somebody important to you, and it's always interesting to learn some other things in the background of the people that we have out here, and it's just I just see the way when you just light up when you talk about her, so I'm like, oh, I just want to see you guys together,
No,
so,
she kind of rescued me from a little pit of despair, because it's easy to just lock myself in the semi truck and hate the world and hate everyone around me and make money. And she stopped me from doing that. So I love her like crazy.
Well, it's tough even when you're just being yourself and you mention her, or you mention that you're going to see her, or you say something about her, like it's just like it's to me, I'm a woman and we're emotional, so it's obvious to me. Yeah, but it's a beautiful thing.
Change topic. You're making my eyes water.
I know. I'm sorry. I'm getting all mushy. So I'm excited to meet your better half. Okay, and it's cool. So I can't wait till she comes on. That'll be fantastic.
Yeah. So continuing my day yesterday, I made it through Phoenix.
Sorry.
Made it through Phoenix during rush hour. I didn't even have to touch the brakes once. It was kind of nice.
Nice.
Although, a lot of traffic everywhere and all that. Continue up towards, I don't remember, I think it's towards Kingman, Arizona. There's a pilot where the 60 and the 40 meet. Oh, not a pilot, a Petro. Big old Petro. And my fuel light was on. So I roll in there. There's probably 30 pumps at that Petro.
Okay.
There were 10 trucks at every pump waiting to get in. There was easily over 200 trucks waiting to get fuel at that location. So
just
I've been
timing, or was there a problem?
Well, 3 pumps were shut down, but I think it was just, the typical busyness of Highway 40, US, or, Interstate 40. Okay. So I was able to, my truck runs off of one tank at a time. So I switched to the other tank, let it build up some fuel, and went over to Kingman, Arizona, where there's another Petro Pilot, whatever. It's got a Popeye's chicken. That was my goal. It wasn't to fuel the truck. It was fuel myself. I hadn't eaten in over a day, and I was just like, let's treat myself to some, manufactured chicken.
Right.
And so I get the truck filled up, pull up to the fuel line. Everything's good. And I walk over, and this guy pulls out of the fuel island. Like he hit fifth gear before he got to the fuel line. And I'm just like, whoa, dude. He slams to a stop, and then he's, thumbs up, and all that. And I was like, okay, you're happy you got it stopped and didn't kill me. So as I'm looking at his truck, the fuel nozzle's hanging out the passenger tank.
What?
He had ripped the fuel nozzle off the pump and just gunned it,
Oh my
And
God.
so I walk over the driver's door, and he's real happy. He's like, hey, and I was like, roll your window down. And he opened the door, and I was like, when you pulled away from the fuel island, not only do you have a fuel nozzle sticking out of your passenger tank, but there's one sticking out of your driver's side tank here too. Might want to deal with that. He had ripped both nozzles out of the.
Now there's a stop, right? So
Yeah.
fuel doesn't go everywhere. Okay.
Yeah, and he was like, okay, happy, okay, thank you. And I was just like, no, dude, this is a serious problem. You need to go in there and tell them that. He's like, no, happy, it's okay. And he closed his door, and I was just like, what do I do? And I start walking around, and I walk around the back of his truck, and everybody that was around him fueling thought I drove the truck. So they're all like, your nozzles, you idiot. What the hell were you thinking? And I was just like, gosh, it wasn't my truck. And so I ran in the door.
You just pointed at that guy, right? You just
right. So
That's crazy.
I get in the truck stop there, and I walk by the cashier, and just like, hey, on pump one over there, the trucker ripped off the fuel pumps, and it wasn't me. And I walked over to Popeyes. And there's two people there working at Popeyes. This is about 9:00 at night. Absolutely packed. There's people waiting to get their orders, but they're all standing in different directions, so you can't tell, where the line is or anything. So I'm standing there like, food me, have wallet, food, and a bunch of people walked away because they've been waiting too long and all that. And there was two girls working the little kitchen back there, and they're tripping over each other and yelling at each other, just a lot of anger and angst and all that. And drivers are saying, how much longer? And then I can see that little computer screen that they work off of, where it has all the different orders and stuff. And that screen was completely packed. And I was like, I'm never gonna eat ever again if I just stand here. I will starve to death in line.
So what did you do? Did you wait, or did you go to get something healthy?
I waited about 15 minutes because I needed to finish a 30-minute break. And I was like, man, do I come back and my truck's been towed or booted, or, somebody pull the fifth wheel or knife my new tires, So I'm standing there. I'm starting to get nervous, and I was like, "Fine, I'll just walk over to the truck stop and get some beef jerky and some soda and call it good." So, yeah. And then getting out of there, I'm circling around their little shop to get back onto 93 that takes you towards Vegas, and Stevens Transport comes shooting out of a parking spot, and I was like, "Okay, you want to drive faster than me? That's okay." So he shoots out of the parking spot, gets around the side of the building, and then I guess he must have realized he tripped his ELD or something. He started doing the ELD crawl, like first gear. Right. And I can't get around him. I was just like, why did you shoot out of the parking spot just to slow me down? And I was like, I must have pissed somebody off in the world, because karma was getting me yesterday like crazy.
Well, it teaches you what I've learned, because I'm that beacon of that stuff in the universe. Like if I'm going to have a obstacle happen, like, okay, I always say it like this: is it Murphy's Law? There's some kind of term that people used to tell me that it. So I'm the one that gets the new girl who doesn't know how to take a check with the person in front of me at the grocery store. I'm the
Oh,
one that I get to the machine and then all of a sudden it starts like, oh, sorry, updating, whatever. Like
right.
I always get that stuff happen to me. And what I understand in my years here after living a life like that is that I think that it it teaches you patience. At least that's kind of the way I view it now. Like all of the little frustrations because that happened to you, you it has ultimately taught me to just be cool, right? I just like
So, so here's one of the wisest things that mom told me when she was still alive. She says, moments like that, time has stopped. They are giving the world is giving you your time back because at that point you look at a clock and it stops because you're so angry that somebody can't write a check in front of you, and it's that's the moment in life that you're getting the time back. So
yeah.
appreciate, somebody slows you down a little bit, look around and see what the birds are doing.
And exactly. And so I've learned to, change that perception to do that. But think about it, guys. Like I'm sure a lot of us can maybe relate to this. How many times have you been slowed down and pissed off because of it or whatever? And then you get 3 miles up the road and you see that there was a terrible accident, right?
Yeah.
So I've that's happened to me quite a few times, and it made me just settle my butt down because it's like, you know what? I'm blessed in that, and any delay to me now, everything happens for a reason because it's just happened to me enough times to teach me that, you know what, if I'd have been 3 minutes ahead or 5 minutes ahead, I could have been in the accident, right? So it's
I
frustrating.
actually keep track
Frustrating
of
as it,
moments. I keep track of moments like that, Shannon. I'll actually make a note of it. I keep a notepad here in the truck and I'll put down that, those moments happen to me maybe about 5, 6 times a month where
yeah.
I
So
got
there's
slowed
gotta be
down and
something,
then sure enough, there's an accident or something up the road.
right? So there's got to be something to that in the great scheme of things, right? So I'm not gonna fight it. I'm just gonna let it be, and it's it's all part of nature and how things happen, and we learn from all of that stuff. So that's, it is what it is.
I
So
had a friend tell me once that it's a trucker's guardian angel. They're watching over you.
yeah, I'm not sure. I haven't figured out what the problem in the grocery store is for me yet, but it's happened to me so much. Like when they started coming out with these grocery shoppers that grocery shop for you and bring your stuff, that's like the best present I could ever ask for. Like, and
Yeah.
because I'm home and my girls want me to go grocery shopping with them, I'm like, I can't even mentally handle the grocery store. So I'm
I'm
just like,
I'm
no.
the I'm the same way. I can't stand shopping. I go to the store because I know what I want. I'm not going there to shop.
Exactly. I'm the same way. Like if I'm going into a Walgreens, I'm going for boom. I'm going in for some lipstick, or I'm going in to get this whatever I need. Like boom, boom, boom. And I can handle that kind of shopping. But if we're gonna go walk around a mall, sometimes I can handle that. But if we gotta go to Walmart, I'm overwhelmed. Like I can't. Like I like to order it and I like to get it, and that's it. That's as much as I can, go into it because I think it's just from being in management too, right? You are a delegator and you just order it and get it, and you tell a person what they need to do and they need to do it, and you know what
Uh,
I mean. I think
Yeah.
that's it. So anyways, I'm glad about the grocery delivery, especially being a trucker now. Oh my god, what a blessing. I spent enough money to fill up my fridge the other day, and it was pouring down rain on top of that, of course.
Oh,
And
nice.
so, yeah. So I just decided to I put the order into Instacart, and God bless that lady. She come out there in the pouring damn rain and found my truck at that Love's. I didn't even have to like find her and do all that. And
Oh, I didn't know they did that. I thought it had to be like
yeah,
strictly a business address.
no, No, I mean, no. So you put the Love's address in there, right? And then you put in the description, I'm in a black Freightliner, has a Dart trailer. This is my truck number, right?
Oh,
They will bring it right to you. So she brought like 8 bags of groceries to me. I was like, this is the best thing ever. I will
that's
never,
awesome.
I will almost never. And they even deliver alcohol now. I'm just saying. Not that I do that, but I'm just saying.
Yeah,
They
not supposed to
they've
have not supposed to have alcohol in the truck.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying if you're somewhere and you want some beers, not in your truck, obviously, Instacart will deliver beers now and whatever. So it's a great service. I'm so excited about it. So now I'm like, oh, I'll probably never go in a grocery store again.
No.
And you can save your order, right? So you can just click and get the same stuff. So
Wow.
I got all my little healthy choices. I got all kinds of greens and veggies and all this stuff and meat for the freezer. And
Here's the thing. Here's the thing, Shannon. Like, a lot of people talk about the doomy gloom of the trucking industry that we got going on right now. It has never been such an awesome time to be a truck driver. I can run my entire business by a friggin' phone. I like you're saying, you can Instacart food to the truck. You order yourself some steaks and grill them up and stuff. Oh, trucking. The world right now is so nice,
bro. Parties over here. I got everything. And I didn't even have to spend diesel fuel to get it, right? So
right.
it's fantastic. And when I can order stuff from Walmart like that, that'll be the icing on the cake,
Now, what is the extra cost for doing it for Walmart and stuff? Does it cost extra for them to do that?
Well, Instacart is a subscription-based service, so like you pay $50 for the year, and I think there is a delivery fee on it. It's either that, I have to get the details on it really, but I know they charge a little bit extra for the items. Okay. But like I ordered my groceries from Aldi's for real because I was trying to be cheap. And so but honestly, like the service was great. I had no problem giving her like a $10 tip. Sure. So instead I could have ordered from Kroger's or Meijer's, which it's obvious that those prices are higher than probably if you went there yourself. But hey, I mean, look at I didn't have to start my truck, right? So what would I have spent in diesel anyway? Right?
You didn't have to start your truck. You didn't have to walk miles to a grocery store. You're safe and secure.
What's your time worth, right? That's really what it comes down to.
Yeah.
But
a big thing to worry about in trucking though is parasitic charges though, like subscriptions and stuff like that. I'm really nervous about those little $3 charges that I get on my statements every month.
I hate it, but it's like, it's like, man, it's gonna hit me somewhere, damn it. And I just want to get my stuff now. So I'm gonna mention a couple people here that popped in with us recently. Sterling, give me a sec. Max Force is in the house. Wow, sorry I'm late. Did you guys get notifications? Just curious. I tried the new thing with like putting it out ahead of time. I'm not sure how exactly if that worked or not. I also connected this to go through my Facebook and my Twitter. So we may have new people in here from those areas. I don't know. I'm just trying all the stuff out.
Oh, okay.
I'm trying to see how all the
broaden your horizons.
Yeah, exactly. And get some more subscribers too, maybe, TBT USA says he's a big fan of Darwin's theory and Murphy's Law. Yeah. I mean, I've always thought it was like, oh yeah, okay, it's a theory, whatever, but I can't say that.
You missed a comment from Trucker Gal.
So yeah, Trucker Gal's in the house. I forgot. I'm getting down to her here. The Bucky Show is in the house. Good morning. We're having coffee, guys. If you're drinking something exotic, please put it in the chat. I did put the link if you'd like to join in some conversation. Anybody can come on. I'm not I'm okay. We're just chilling, having coffee. Let's see. TBT says, hey, Bucky. Trucker Gal says, hi, Bucky. You made some badass points yesterday. Yes, he did. I agree. I saw that. Edward 66 Transport says, are you kidding me? I'm not sure which part you're asking about there, Dodolina. RN says, good morning. Good morning, RN. RN's in the house. Shopping is what I live for. Edgewood 66 Transport, who is Jodalina, by the way. That's what she says.
Don't forget to click the comments so we can see them.
So, I'm sorry. That's probably better. I'm sorry. Forgive me. I'm new. Okay. He shows us, hi, Trucker Gal. Toga is in the house. There we go. We got to go now. Thank you, Sterling. Keep me in line.
Yep.
TBT USA says, not supposed to have alcohol in the truck. Yeah. Nobody ever said anything about having alcohol in the truck, by the way. I'm just letting you know the abilities of the fantastic service of the Instacart. Just saying. That's all. Let me make that clear. TBT says, hey, Toga. Oh, wow. Okay. Bucky Show says, thanks, Trucker Gal. RN says, actually, while in the truck, always add a beer to the order because the driver has to find you to take a picture of your driver's license. Oh, is that right? Okay, I didn't know that. RN's dropping some gems right there. There it is. Toga says, hey, TBT. Max Force says, picking cans and cartons is one thing, but I'm picky about produce and meat. Yeah, I had that feeling, and there was a couple things I ordered that she had to message me about and say, hey, they don't have this. Is this thing okay for a substitute? So there's a little bit of that sometimes, just because not everything that you pick is actually in stock, right? And we're going to experience that because we have shortages. Max Force says that. TBT says don't have to walk. Maybe some truckers should walk more, just saying. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. What I think, though, it's not, yes, it's convenient, and yes, it's easy, and it's all of that, which is, since that takes that away, it's just a lot of, I don't know, I guess getting there and, doing all of that. Maybe if you utilize something like that and it gives you more time, you have more time to get your butt out of the truck and take a walk. That's what I'm saying.
Here's the nightmare situation, Shannon. That truck stop there in Effingham, Illinois, it's a huge parking lot and stuff.
Yeah.
So I used to park way in the back and walk as far as I can to get to the truck stop. Might even walk to the truck stop across the street. But every time I'd walk back to my truck, two Swift drivers were training students and using my truck as the, don't hit this guy's truck. No. Let's all block him in.
Yeah, no. I'm not. Yeah, I feel you there. I will do, so I can stay close to the truck just in case, right? I will do laps. I'll just go around and around and around. And I got my little, I got one of these little exercise watches. So I just kind of, and then that way I can see my truck and be close if anything happens, and so I just kind of do that when I'm in a smaller area. When I'm at a place like this, like I'm out in some cornfields and I'm actually in a gated lot that's not a truck stop, it's at the shop. So the other day I walked a mile and a half down through, like, there's this beautiful road that goes through like just cornfields on every side. I did at sunset, right? So it was nice and cool out. So I took a mile and a half down and a mile and a half back. That gave me 3 miles in, and it was just peaceful and quiet and all of that. So when I get the chance to do something a little adventurous and kind of get out to see what's around me and stuff like that, it's always fun, not only for the walk, but because you get a change in scenery too, right? You get some peaceful. Old School New School says, I want to pick out what I'm buying unless it's easy and non-perishable. Yeah, and I feel that way too. And it's kind of like I have both feelings about this. Like, yeah, because I like to, I personally, when I'm in the store, I get so analytical. I have to price compare, look at the size of the package, do all this and that, which that leads to, you probably don't ever want to go shopping with me, but, because I'm always looking for the best deal. So sometimes you got to give and take just for the convenience, So I look at the package. I do that with the pictures on the app and make my choices. So I feel you there, though. Sean Fairman is in the house. Thank you for coming in, Sean, for coffee. Hope you got your coffee there. I have my bootleg Snore Lord coffee cup right here. Don't be jealous. You can actually get the original Snore Lord coffee cup, which is way more badass than this, at Snore Lord's channel in his merch tent. So go visit that because it's a very cool new logo he has. Sean says I'm drinking water. Yeah, hydrate. Everybody, don't forget to hydrate. Bucky Show says I'm drinking some hot tea. Okay, we're having tea time with the Bucky Show. TBT USA says good idea. I'll find your truck, Sterling, when I want to practice backing
Oh,
at the truck
party
stop.
foul.
Edgewood 66 Transfer says Effingham. Wow, gonna have to go there, buddy. So yeah,
I have
she
a
drives.
love-hate relationship with Effingham. I've had two different students at Sierra England walk off the truck there because they were close to home, and the guy was just like, we went in, grabbed showers, and I come back, and all of his bags and everything were gone in the truck, and I was just like, okay. I call him up, and he's like, yeah, I decided to quit. I don't want to do this anymore. I was like, he was a nice guy and everything. He just didn't want to be a trucker. He got smart, is what it was.
Oh my goodness. So you don't, I take it you don't miss training.
I actually do.
Do you really? I'm too scared. Too scared.
That is the biggest thing that I miss about trucking is I want to teach people, and you know, I want to help people out. So that was my coordinated high visibility outfit yesterday when I picked up my load.
Okay. Well, hang on. How did I do that? There it is. Okay. Yeah. Oh wait.
So I don't have a pair of pants on the truck. I had to wear my chain up pants for, when I chain up the truck going over Donner and all that crap. And I didn't have a hard hat, so I had to buy a hard hat at a Home Depot real quick. And so yeah, I was
right here. You look like you're ready to master the runway.
Yeah.
That's like you know what I'm saying? Here. Oh, by the way, Sterling the supermodel is in the house, you guys.
Yep.
We didn't know Sterling was a supermodel, and I have a feeling this photo has something to do with his secret, top secret channel. I don't know. Maybe. And so he's not allowing us to top secret channel to see these fantastic, fabulous photos.
One thing that picture doesn't describe, though, is the desperation it takes to go to the bathroom when you're wearing two pairs of pants.
Right.
I almost had an incident.
I was going to say, especially if you're in a hurry, right?
Right.
That's great. Let's see. Dodolina says, I like the Chrome Shop in Effingham.
Yes.
Man, this is the thing. If you put me in a Best Buy, if you put me in a Chrome Shop, I geek out. Like, I will stay in there for hours and look at every single thing. I don't know why it's different. It's
I've been to Iowa 80 so many times and just like, oh, look at all the shiny crap.
Yeah. And it's like, maybe that's it. I have that shiny syndrome that people talk about because, if it's groceries or I got to go get cleaning supplies or something on the responsibility list, it's like, it's overwhelming. But when you put me, especially technology stuff like Best Buy, I love to see like all the new stuff that they have and what I can dream about. Like, oh, this will make my life easier. I need that. Oh my gosh, that's expensive. That's terrible. I will never buy one of those. And I really get spaced out when I see the brand new big screen televisions by Samsung, right?
I'm the same way. I'm not supposed to be, and I'm never home. Why do I need a TV like that?
I know, but it's like, but that's where, like, if you want to take me shopping, girls, and we want to go do shopping and you want to hang out and do some shopping, that's the place that I can relax and do some shopping in. And probably not good because I'll spend extra money. Let's see. Old School, New School just passed Effingham a few hours ago. And TBT says, I think maybe I shouldn't be in trucking, received another job opportunity. you try to get out and they want to keep dragging you in. You know what, TBT USA, I think about that too. I'm like, oh man, like I've been offered some opportunities too, and I think about it, and I play the scenario. Okay, I'll give it at least like, okay, what's that scenario look like? This is what I'm afraid of, you guys. I'm afraid of if I got back in. Now, first of all, I busted into this because I had to get the hell out of a cubicle. I kind of started like the part where you snap in life and you're like, you just give it all up and you go a whole different direction. I did that. And so it's a nightmare for me to be thinking about working back in an office like that. But then again, it's not, because I know that that's where my forte is, right? I can do a lot of stuff and I can work from a computer all day. Not that I want to, because of this great adventure that I'm on, right? But so I played it through my mind, and my biggest thing in my stomach that started to turn was like, okay, they'll offer me a lot of money. I'd go back to that. I could see my kids more often. I could see the grandbabies more often, and right, and I could get those pieces of a normal life back. But when I'm home, even on the break, it's like you get the road call, the white line fever, right? Isn't that what that is? Where it's, you just almost can't wait, and then you want to smack yourself for feeling that way, but you can't feel that way. So I'm thinking, man, what if I got 2 months in on an exciting job or whatever like that, and then I started having that feeling like, and then I start hating my life again because I'm back in an office and I gave up my dream of building a business and getting a trucking business going,
Shannon, it's not natural for us human beings to be locked in a cubicle underneath, artificial light. We weren't made for that.
Yeah, I know. And I know it's really terrible. But nowadays, like some of the opportunities that come my way would allow me to work at home and go see customers and things like that. So I'm just being honest, like I've run it through my mind, but the love of what I'm doing right now and the passion that I have for this and the adventure that I'm still on and I'm still experiencing, and the beauty of the country that I get to see every day, and this is where I'm giving you guys the sunshine of trucking. Okay. So it's like all of these things that are so wonderful about this, what we're doing out here. And the fact that it's may not be lucrative right now, but it is so valuable to the human race. And I hope everybody remembers that what we're doing out here is a valuable thing to the human race and the survival of people. Whether we're appreciated or not,
Yeah.
That is I've gotten so passionate about remembering that, you know what I mean? It's
But
like,
here's the thing, Miss Shannon. Like, look at how many friends and people we admire in the world and stuff lost all of their freedoms. You have to wear a mask and you have to get this and all sorts of other crap. Here in the trucking industry, we're free. We can go our corner office. We have a corner office.
I would
It's
be
great.
interested to know how many people. We've got 20 people in here now. Will you put like a 1 in the chat if you're a Sagittarius? If you're, I'm not, asking everybody to believe in that stuff, but if you know what your sign is, or if you just want to put your sign, put it in the chat. I'm curious, and I'm gonna tell you why. It's often ran through my mind, if I'm obviously a free spirit. Okay. I am obviously, I can't fight it. I can't deny it anymore. I've tried. And it doesn't work. It doesn't work inside of me. Like, I have to be like able to be an entrepreneur, right? For instance, like I've learned that I have to be an entrepreneur. I can work well with others. I work very well with others, and I'm a very supportive person in a team setting. And I'm all about it. But as far as that company employee thing, there's something about it that just makes like my skin turn inside out at some level. Like, it's not like I can't be your employee or whatever. Like, I'm grown, I'm professional, but in my spirit, there's that conflict, right? So I've often wondered because a lot of the traits that when they get into that star stuff, they say that is about a Sagittarius person. I can't lie and say that they're pretty much exactly right. And that means that I can't be contained very easily, right? I'm a go-getter, right? So I'm just curious because I feel like sometimes when we all talk about it, I catch a common thread in us, right? So I started to think, I was like, and I thought about hiring drivers, like what qualities do I need to look for when I'm going to be hiring drivers, right? So
Okay.
I'm thinking, I want somebody like me. So
Yeah.
I need to look
Is
for people that were born in December,
is it
right?
against labor? Is it against labor law to ask somebody what their sign is? I'm I'm I'm
That's a
Taurus.
good question. I don't think
I'm
so.
I'm Taurus and Gemini, so I'm borderline personality disorder.
So okay, so I'm the cusp of a Capricorn and a Sagittarius, right? I'm a buck wild party girl, right? So it's like, but yet I work hard and I'm dependable and I'm trustworthy and I am so it's weird. I got all this stuff going on, but it's brought me a very strong spirit at staying at what I'm doing, right?
Yeah.
And my work ethic is insane. Like it's insanely great. And so I'm just that being said, I'm curious to how many people of you out there are Sagittariuses. I'm just curious because it seems like we all have a lot of very similar qualities. And it makes us good at what we're doing out here. DIY Semi has entered the building, everybody. Trucker Gal, I mentioned she was in here. Guys, check out
Yeah.
Trucker Gal's channel. She's the bomb. She is the bomb. She's having lots of fun over there. Very fun channel to watch.
Is she ever going to join any of us on a live?
You know what, Trucker Gal? I thought of a great idea. I think we should have a ladies' night. What do you think? Yeah.
I got a wig. I'll join you.
Yeah. Okay. Ladies' night with Sterling. That's what we'll do.
Yep.
Me and Trucker Gal, and we'll get Deltalina in here, and Sterling, you can cross dress for the evening, and
Okay.
identify
Yeah.
however you like.
Yeah. Yeah. Please allow me to cross dress for that. Yeah.
So,
Please don't beg me.
the Trucker Gals and good trainers are such an important role out here. They're like angels. Yeah, I agree. I had a good trainer at JB Hunt.
No, I really wish that I could train people because, everyone wants to be an owner operator, but my insurance right now and all that, I can't afford to bring on a trainer and to charge somebody, I would have to charge probably $6,000 a month to make it worth my time.
Yeah. I can't. I've been approached about it because I'm very personable, I guess, and I'm kind of meticulous how I do things, and so they've asked me if I would be interested in that. And my thing is
The,
like,
the problem with training is that it robs a lot from you.
Yeah, but I don't want nobody in my truck, and I don't want nobody driving my truck. That's what it all comes down to. Like I have everything set the way I want it, and I am happy in my little hive or my nest right here. And the thought mentally, this is so terrible, you guys. The thought of letting someone in my personal bubble is like unwelcomed. So
No.
it's but I could teach. I'm a teacher. I'm a natural teacher. Like, but if I can do it by video, I'm straight. But they're not driving my truck. I can't trust them. I'm sorry. I'm working on myself though. So, let's see. I jumped. Trucker Gal says she's a Pisces. That's interesting. Oh, we got some signs here. This is exciting. Let me catch up. It jumped on me. I'm sorry.
That's fine.
Something about no panties. Oh man, I missed. Catch up here. Okay.
Oh yeah, Edgewood's a new subscriber to mine. She caught that live where I was talking about not having panties.
Oh, okay. It's funny how you just catch I was like, what? Okay. Bucky says, good morning, Will Burner. I don't want this to jump again. Let me scroll down. Okay. He says, thanks, Wheel Burner. What does she say? Oh my God, you're the one I left that comment about no panties. You rock, sweetie. Please, please, please don't train anyone. She said, I love her. Wheel Burner
Who, me?
Express. I got my first coffee into me. My eyes are starting to open. Well, welcome, Wheel Burner. I think I got, you got warmed up now. Fired up. Wheel Burner also says, Bucky, it was great having you in there last night. You made an awesome point. Thank you. Yes, you did. TBT USA says, I left the six-figure corporate world for this. So did I. I mean, I wasn't at six figures, but I was working in the building with everyone else who was making that money and supporting them as a technical analyst.
Don't feel bad. I left a six-figure a year trucking job for this.
Yeah, I can say that too, because I was a company driver for JB Hunt. And, and that's the thing, like, this is about my heart and my spirit out here. So everybody can yell at me for maybe making less money and it's not what they would do, but I'm of the age and maturity that everything is not about money. And I am having a god dang ball out here, you guys. I'm having a ball.
And I don't want to see people just out of college telling me how to do my job. From here, I can't tell who's in the office.
Yeah, well, you're the boss, right? You're the boss. And I love the thing about I know that it's about me being in charge of what I'm earning. I'm singing for my supper per se. I'm down with that. Dodalina says never give up ever, sister. I know, and thank God, my beautiful daughters, that's what they tell me. Like, I ran it by them because I'm thinking, oh, they probably want me home. So I was like, hey, do you guys want me? Like, sometimes I get discouraged and whatever. And all three of my girls was like, Mom, you better not quit.
Yeah.
So that kind of, that felt good. I'm going to have my girls on here one day.
But here's the thing, Shannon, they have the confidence in their own lives and what they got going on that, mama's going to be okay. We don't need mama.
Yeah, sometimes it gets lonely though, because I'm like, why don't they check on me?
Yeah. Why don't you need me?
I'm like, I could be dead for 7 days and they wouldn't even know it yet. Like, they haven't even called me. Right. But this is the thing about being a tough female. Okay. And being a parent like that. This is a little bit about my story, right? I have always been so strong that my kids don't even think for a second that anything could happen to me. Right? It's just their basic mentality is like, no matter what, I'm always gonna be okay.
That's proof that you were a good parent. That your kids have that confidence.
Yeah, but at the same time, I'm like, don't they miss me? Like, well, like, oh,
you just gotta start telling them all these horrible trucking stories out here. Like, I was cut off by 15 cars and I was surrounded by war zones, and make them want to be in your life.
Yeah, well, so I had to. So this is what I've done. I have introduced the idea of bringing them on. I'm going to find a hilarious one of those party games with some crazy ass questions.
Yes.
And I'm going to get my girls in a live chat and I'm going to let you guys freaking hammer them with questions. And then we're going to be guarded though, right? So, then I'm going to.
I met one of your daughters on a live stream.
Yeah. And so, but I want you to see my trophy case, right?
Oh,
they are
beautiful.
so wonderful, and everybody's got a really sarcastic, hilarious sense of humor. So I figure I can turn you guys loose on them, and it'll be a freaking.
They'd fit right in with all of us crazy truckers.
Yeah. So and it'll be so much fun. So I kind of got that plan. I've already talked to the girls about it. We just got to find the right game, right? I got to find a funny one of those type of games where we can ask some hilarious questions and get some hilarious conversations going. Trucker Gal says, when the rubber hits the interstate the first thing in the morning, favorite jam and a swig of delicious cup of coffee. It's a beautiful experience. I know, right? So Sheila, if I may call you by your name, don't you love that? Like it gets you in a way like no amount of money in the world could replace that, right? At least that's me.
I can't listen to the radio first thing in the morning. I want to hear what the truck's doing. It takes me about 30 minutes.
I listen to the truck a lot. Wheel Burner Express, years ago, I got injured and had to put a driver in my truck. I went into the office for 2 years and hated every minute of it. I'm just not built for office work. It's great to learn. It was a great learning opportunity. Yeah. I pretty much like now I do the office stuff in here, and I stay up on it, and I got everything filed and organized and all of that. And I got, once you get your little system down, like my office view is the best in the world, and it changes every day, right? Like you fight in the corporate world to get a office with a window.
Well, that and you can sleep in your office and not get fired.
Exactly. And I can take a nap in the middle of the day. And I mean, you don't get that working the job, right? So there's so many wonderful things about what we get to do, and I think a lot of times we lose touch with it because the stress starts getting the front part of your mind. But it's like then you're faced with the fact, like, would I really quit this though? And I'm so pissed off because my money's not where I want it to be, and I'm so pissed off because all this craziness going on in the world. But we come back tomorrow. Guys, we keep coming back. So let's just remember what we love about this. It's something crazy. Now,
the world is never going to stop for you. We grow up and we get so narcissistic that everything's going to go to shit. Our bank account, we're going to file bankruptcy and all that. The world keeps turning no matter what.
Yeah, I mean, it's mindset, right? We can go back to mindset. Edgewood, I know you got a great story, and I know there's deeper stuff in there. And so I want eventually planned here in a little while. I would love to have you on and really, really, really talk about you and talk about your story. She's such a she doesn't like to be a public person, but yeah, I think the world needs to know that, because I'm sure you have a testimony that is like no other.
I have real bad social anxiety, and this is like huge for me to step out of my little cage.
And I'm really glad that you do, because you really are a super cool person. I just want to tell you that. You really are. Yeah.
Let's try to get her on alive, and let's hear some stories.
Yeah, I really want to highlight you women on here. So Pop Tart is in touch with me. Dodalina's now in touch with me, and Trucker Gal, of course, is in touch with me. I think we could just really do something great together. I would love to host or whatever you got, or we can all take turns doing it or whatever if you're all interested. But I think that we should do ladies' nights, and we should really talk about our stories, because there's a lot of other women out there that really need to know and need to be encouraged in this type of thing. So think about it, ladies. That's my offer. Bucky Show says, I really enjoy myself last night on your live. It was amazing. Also, I learned something as well. It was good. Yeah. Wheel Burner it was on fire last night. Like it was cool. It's beefy. I was a little leery because it's politics, right? People get, and it went there, but it was, he kept it under control, and it was a very good show. Toga says, TBT USA, I can understand it. Actually, I know that trucking is not an easy profession, and it's a high level of discipline, but its freedom can't be compared with even white collar jobs. Yeah. It's like you never thought in a million years that anything would like stand between you and trying to get to that success level or that money level. But when rates are down like this and things get really hard, and you're still, it's never even in your mind. Like, you might think about quitting one day, but you're not gonna, because there's something else holding you to this, or something else that you have found and fell in love with this profession, and you can't get it nowhere else. And that's if you want to call it an addiction or whatever. I know that in the trucker land, that's the white line fever, right? If you don't know what white line fever is, new people, you need to go back and dig up all the old trucking movies that they used to make back in the day. And you need to sit and make
back when we were heroes, Shannon.
Yeah. Why don't we have some good, especially now, like, why aren't they making a good trucking movie? Like a good one, like the old days. Because those movies are timeless classics. If they would do that nowadays, It would be super
Well,
kick-ass.
it's because Tolga's absolutely wrong. He says that I know that trucking is not an easy profession. It needs a high level of discipline. Then we see these drivers that rip the fuel pumps handles out and don't speak English and run over curbs and tear off other people's hoods. That's what breaks my heart about the trucking industry. Is like,
Yeah.
I'm Mr. Professional. I run my own company. And then I see somebody, they can find the little D and then steer. And that's about it.
Yeah, I mean, we can admit that there are cracks and some people come through the cracks. But I really wish it would be more, and it sucks because I don't want this either.
I wish the barrier of entry wasn't so low.
Yeah, and I wish that the accountability, there would be a system of accountability more than just like, some of us have an honor system, right? And a respect system, but then there's the other drivers that are buck wild and don't care, and they're being run by slave drivers, and all this other stuff is going on. So that it can't, I just wish we could become more uniformly like the camaraderie, like used to be. And we all say that, so I'm not saying nothing new.
You'll see it in the flatbed industry, though. That's a really strict, a really good brotherhood of drivers is the flatbed industry. If you have any questions, if another driver sees you struggling, they'll be the first to come up and help you. And I wanted to mention, I love Tolga's little icon down there. It reminds me of Lex Friedman, one of my favorite podcasts.
The suit and tie, the tux.
Yes.
It's like a tux and tie. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Tolga's, it's like a classy thing. I was like that, and he just keeps it like that, and it's all good. We know when Tolga's in the house. The Trucker Dean Show is in here. You're new to me, the Trucker Dean Show, unless that's somebody I already know. Did you change your channel name? Trucker Gal is a Pisces, in case any of you were wondering. Let's see. Yeah, Dodalina says I'm a Freebird Aries. Okay. See, I think there's it's a common thread of the free spirit, right? Let's see. Old School New School says I don't know, but I'm born on February 15th. Somebody tell Old School New School what sign he is. Help a brother out there. TBT USA says thanks for the feedback, Tolga.
I know what sign he is. He's end work zone. That's my favorite sign.
Right. TBT says, thanks for the feedback, Tolga. I'm enjoying the profession better than business meetings on top of meetings. Absolutely, sir. Right. TBT, I did the same thing. Like, you go to work all day and it's meeting after meeting. All you do is sit in meetings all day. I was starting to freak out. Matter of fact, I think I snapped. I was like, I just kind of was like, threw everything. I was like that guy on the what Office Space.
Oh, did they take your stapler?
No, not that guy. He's the best. I was the guy that was like, you know what? I don't think I'm gonna go to work today. It was just like that mental thing. I can relate to that. I was like, you know what? I'm done with this. Bucky's a Leo. The Trucker Dean Show says a Trucker Gal, go fish power.
Pisces.
Oh, okay. I was wondering what that was. I was like, fish here. I didn't catch on real quick. Sometimes I don't. Okay. TBT says, here's your sign. Let's see. I got to catch up. What are you drinking today, Sterling? You got some coffee?
I have the Pure Leaf, no sugar tea. I really like it.
Okay. That's good. No sugar. I'm happy for that. Trucker Gal says, I'm like a piranha.
Uh-oh.
Nevada Trucking and Trails is in the house. What's up, guys? Nevada says he's a Gemini. I just noticed that Mrs. Nevada subscribed to me. Give her kisses for me. Thank you. Oh, yeah. She's another female I can get in here with us, too, for ladies' night.
Oh, yeah.
DUI Semi. I'm Taurus and Gemini, too.
Oh, what a coincidence.
Oh, Jaywalk is in the house. Cancer. Jaywalk's a Cancer. TBT says twinsy here. Trucker Gal says, I'm so down. Max Force is
about,
also
about going on a
Terry.
live.
Yeah, that's awesome. Thank you. Okay, yeah, we'll get it together. My email, I took my email down, didn't I? Okay,
Yeah.
let's see. There's my email for those of you that want to put me in your contact list so you can contact me anytime. That's me. You can reach me there. I'm careful about who I exchange phone numbers with, so we'll go from there.
Yeah.
Emails all right. Let's see. There we go. Max Force says training was very hard on me because I don't like living with other men in close corridors and close confines. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I don't ever think about that part of it, but it's definitely a thing. Old School New School says I'm thinking of maybe doing some training tips on video. Haven't decided. Yeah, why not? Like, new truckers need help. Put some content out there. Looks like Dodolina might be down for the ladies' night. Nevada Trucking and Trails says looking for a load. Yeah, I'm looking for a load too, Nevada. Thankfully in Vegas, so I might go home. I don't know yet. Okay. Yeah, I'm in Wisconsin. I'm not having good luck for a Sunday deal, right? So
Do you ever come out west, Shannon?
I haven't found like the right situation yet because I've been as far as Denver and I've been as far as Kansas. Okay. I used to, when I teamed, I drove through New Mexico down to El Paso, like that route, all the way across and then down.
Beautiful route.
Yeah, it was, and it was great, and it, no traffic, all that stuff, right? But I no longer team, obviously, and that's the last time I kind of been out that way, and being on the spot market, like I haven't found the right money situation, man. It's always like
right.
It's rough. It's very rough. So I feel for you, Nevada. I'm willing, by the way, Nevada, I thought about you this morning. Like, I'm willing to share some of my awesome brokers with you if you ever need, like, you know how to get a hold of me. I'm offering that because
we all have to network out here because ultimately you have to get off the spot market. It is an absolute S show right now.
Yeah, it is. And like I said earlier in this live that my brokers are a saving grace and my relationship that I built. So it takes time.
Using the load board is an act of desperation. It is a chance. Treat it like a dating app. Basically, you're there to build a relationship, weed out the weirdos and the perverts, and find yourself a good broker.
Yeah, and the thing is too is like I'm just really trying to make it more secure and more locked in and more like you say, Sterling, I think you got that, like where it's so consistent, like you don't have to worry about dealing with anybody else. I'm trying to get to the point because I want to stop paying for the DAT board. Right. I want to stop paying for, because it is a last resort for me. I don't really go to the DAT board, but it's like there's some times when I gotta. And but the cost I'm paying for that every month is just becoming way too much. So I'm hoping to just drop out of it altogether. Toga says Nevada Trucking Trails. I hope that it's going to happen as planned. Yeah, me too. Trucker Gal says, hell yeah. Sweet. I'm excited. That would be super, super, super fun. That would be a good time you guys might be like,
well,
right?
We'll call it The View with Trucker Gals.
Oh no. I feel like if we all get together, right, and there's gonna be a whole lot of BSing going on and some laughing and some fun having. So I don't know if we want to get too serious because but who knows?
Just don't turn it into like glass of wine and whining with Shannon.
Yeah, there we go. But anything can happen when you get the girls together. Okay, that's what I'm saying. Anything can happen. So it's gonna be like that with when I have my girls on, and then when I get these girls together, it's gonna be a good show either way. TBT says almost crazy. Truckers remove the almost, and then you are more accurate, Sterling.
almost crazy.
Yeah. You
I'm
said so. You
mostly.
said almost crazy truckers. He's saying take the almost off, and crazy truckers is
Yeah,
accurate.
I'm mostly crazy. That's
um, I don't
one of
think
my
you're.
favorite comedians. Shannon was Bernie Mac, and I remember on his show he was telling a younger boy, you gotta have your crazy face ready all the time. And that prevents anyone from bothering you. Yeah.
Your crazy face, right? Who did that? I remember watching a movie. I think it was one of the Lethal Weapon movies, right? Where what's his name? I want to say Max, but that's not what's his name? Mel Gibson.
Right.
Where he's like he gets all crazy for a second, right? And like he says something about he's got nothing to lose. So that reminds me
The-
of that. Because
Speaking
sometimes
of
you got
Mad Speaking of Mad Max a little bit, do you know what his last name was?
in the movie.
It's Max Rockatansky.
How did you pick that one out?
Watch the first Mad Max movie, and then when he's sitting in that yellow police car at the beginning, when the crazy dude and the chick are riding in the car, they stole a police car and they're riding along. On the side of the car, there's three names: Max Rockatansky, and then a couple other drivers. Mad Max was actually supposed to have an additional person in the car with him, or Mel Gibson. But yeah, I love that movie. I'll watch it a million times in a row.
Wow, that's a deep.
Actually, now it's more of a documentary than a movie.
So yeah, but I never, of course, I missed it. Like I would
Yeah.
never. If somebody asked me that in a trivia contest, that'd be my losing question for sure. Tolga says, fortunately, I have no barcode behind my head. This is Nevada is in the house, and Mark the mailman is in the house. Thanks for coming in, folks. She says I'm supposed to be sleeping, but hello, and I'm an Aries, and I would love to join the ladies' night. Yay! Okay,
Yeah.
awesome.
Oh, Miss Shannon, speaking of sleeping, my sleeper birth time is over and I must work.
Okay, well, thank you so much for coming in and having coffee with us and sharing your atrocious day story.
Yeah.
Everybody, please go subscribe to Sterling's channel. We're trying to get his subs up so he will quit the Facebook. So
Yeah. Yeah, and
so
I
he's
think
got
I'm up to like
500.
460 subscribers right now, so it's
Yeah,
gonna be
so we
pretty
just
close.
need a few more. So if you're not subscribed, go to Sterling. He's got great videos. He does great creation. He's doing all kinds of awesome stuff, and it's a happy time. And he also has great lives too. So if you're not subscribed, go subscribe to
Yeah, and
Sterling.
it's more or less, kind of like a lifestyle channel, I guess. But I do have some trucking information, and I like my motorcycles and cool cars, and I like doing live shows. It gets me out of my little cage here.
Yeah, and it's always a good watch because he puts in some good work to his videos, and so you guys are
That's
gonna
right.
want to check it out. Sterling, have a wonderful day. God bless you. I love you.
Thank you, Miss Shannon. I'll catch you later, huh?
Okay. All right. Later. Anybody else want to come in? I'll share the link. If anybody's interested. I know we're running kind of long this morning, but I'm not real busy, so there it is. If you're interested. Why can't Michigan fix these damn roads? Oh, well, probably because I don't have a good answer. I don't have a good answer for that. I wish they would, but you know what? This is the thing about Michigan, McLovin. It is a constant work. Okay. If you are an asphalt company in Michigan, you will never have to worry about being off of work. And they're making bazillions of dollars. Every year, the ice comes, the ice and the pavement don't always agree. And then even after 2 years, 3 years, the ice wins. Mother Nature wins. So there's tons of trucks. There's tons of salt being laid on those roads. We have armies of salt trucks, right? they're constantly working on the roads because the ice comes every year and tears shit up like bad. Because we get it. So it's the ice. That's my best answer I can give you, McLovin. Let's see, where was I? Is anybody drinking any good coffee? If you are, please put it in the chat. Toga says hi to Miss Nevada. We did the roads. Okay, here we go. Max, here we go, guys. You may need this someday to win a trivia contest. There it is. Mad Max's character, Mad Max's real name in the movie is that. Rockatansky. Thanks, TBT. Yeah, Sterling is always fun to have in here with me. I go on his channel too sometimes and we have fun. So go check his channel out, guys. TBT says Facebook is the devil. My mama always says. Well, your mama's right, TBT. I believe it. I have a Facebook page, but it's not the way I choose to communicate. I do, for family and keeping up a little bit and stuff like that. But I don't care to put a whole bunch of stuff on there. I stay off it as much as possible. And then my kids are like, didn't you see my post on Facebook? And I'm like, no, I don't. I only open it if I have to. Old School New School says he would join me, but he's got some driving. Yeah, don't do this while you're driving. Stepped in It Trucking is in the house. Hey, thanks for coming in. Hope you have your coffee with you. That's what this is all about, coffee talk. And I'm trying to pump you guys up to kick off the first day of the new week with some positivity. So, fun stuff. Me and the girls, these trucker girls on these trucker girl channels are talking about having a ladies' night. Hey, I got McLovin himself and Dodalina herself. We're going to have a group chat. Here we go. Welcome. You're coming in, you guys.
Hi.
Hi. How's it going? How's your day? Are you working?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, everything's good. Are you guys working today? What's happening?
So I got a question for you, Shannon.
You have to answer. I asked you a question. If you're working, what you're doing, you got to answer that first.
Of course, I'm working.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm actually in your fine state.
Oh yeah, you're off the roads.
Yeah, wondering why they can't fix the highways out here. I think my truck and trailer are gonna lose all of their tires, and the truck's just gonna fall apart. I might as well not travel any further in Michigan than right where I am now.
Listen, it is what it is. We have ice storms every year. It tears up the pavement. Then the guys work nonstop all year long to keep repairing that stuff. And,
I live in Minnesota, Shannon. We have the same things that you get here in Michigan, and our roads aren't this bad.
Well, okay.
It's not just the roads, it's the politics behind that. Because I've noticed, like in Indiana, oh my God, my back started hurting because the roads are so bad. And in Birmingham, Alabama, if you go on I-20, I thought my fender was going to fall off. In fact, my little bird, because when I got my truck, it was old. And when I opened my hood fell to the floor. So my little bird that I used to have on there, it's like pulling up. So I pulled it back out. And then I'm going to Birmingham, Alabama. And right before my eyes, my little bird just plopped because it was so bumpy. I had to pull it out. Now I got a big old shotgun hole in my roof. But about the whole thing. But yeah, I think it's because of the people not putting, the governors or mayors or whatever, not putting as much money as they are in the, for the transportation. Like
too. At least I can speak for my state. It may be timing too, because our jobs, our highways every year are damaged by the winter like that, right?
Yeah.
And this has got to be happening in Minnesota too. There's got to be areas that aren't they haven't got to yet. There's just so much, right? There's so much repair that, and they have these projects timed out, and there's a lot of money involved and things like that. So
Well, if you were to go like in the back roads, like because I'm from the Southwest, but I go all over, like on Highway 95, right? Going like from Phoenix to Las Vegas. It's a 2-lane highway. Once I got out of, California, the roads were really bad. Once I got into Nevada, the highway smoothed out. That's why I'm thinking it has to be the politics,
Well, I know too that when I'm going through Chicago, it's hella terrible, right? I mean, it really is. It's so bad.
Hang on.
That's probably why my truck. I mean, I don't know about my alignment, but now it's like, oh my God, I try to stay. I have to go through Chicago all the time because I'm always trying to run the Midwest area up here, and even in Indiana, I've noticed, like, I'm like, damn, this is rough. Like, I don't remember it being that rough, right? In Indiana.
That Indiana toll road, the Indiana toll road is just garbage. It's garbage. And you pay like $50 to drive on it.
Yeah.
80. So it's.
Yeah, unfortunately, like I don't understand why it's so rough. Okay, so let's ask that question. If you're actually on a toll and going through a toll area, like, shouldn't that be perfect? Because there's all that money's coming through there, like, all the time, like it's a gateway. Like, I would think.
Part of that, it depends who owns the Indiana toll road. Does the state own it, or is it privately owned? You know what I mean? Because you can privately own the turnpikes.
I didn't know that.
Maybe we should all make an investment group together and check into that.
Owned by the truckers. No four-wheelers allowed.
Oh no, we're gonna charge them extra, right? If you're under so many axles, you get taxed. Like that's I love that idea.
Yeah, according to their IQ.
Right. Listen, I'm a big IQ person. If I could put an IQ standard on some things, it would be great. So where are you guys going today? What's happening? What's the plan?
I myself dodged a major bullet. I was in Florida, and I've been making the film on that. I'm not quite done with it. But before I got to Florida, there was a major leak on my truck. And I was thinking it was the, what do you call it? The
radiator?
No, the block, the valve cover. And it was just leaking oil and everything. I washed my truck, and it's still there, because I always wash the motor. So I called my mechanic up here in Minnesota, in Clearwater. That's where I'm at right now.
Oh, okay.
And I told him, I'm not going to be stalled on the side of the road, am I? He says, no, just, take it easy. Sure enough, I did all my 9 stops in Florida, and then he brought me back up here, and I'm still watching that, and that leak is just getting worse. It's like, really, really bad. So I'm thinking, after all the maintenance and stuff that I put on my truck, it's an old 2007 Peterbilt with a cat engine. I'm thinking, I can't put any more money. I don't have any more money. And so I come over here, and I am like so stressed out. And now I got to sit again because of maintenance problems. My bills aren't getting paid. It took away all my savings. I was supposed to be buying a house, but that didn't work out. The truck comes first. I ended up talking to mechanics. What they did was, he told me it's probably the gasket in the front of the engine, and it's leaking all the way down the seam of the back on the engine. And I thought that was a little bit like ridiculous, but like, okay, so they cleaned it off and I've been running my engine here. The worst case scenario was for me to take it to Peterbilt and them give me a big bill, right? And I'm sitting in a hotel for who knows how long with no money. Okay, that was the worst case scenario. The next one that wasn't that bad is they take it apart over here at the garage in D&E, because it's D&E Transport is who I work for, and because they got really good mechanics, so they were going to take that apart and put, the top part, just the front of the engine. I'm not a mechanic. I don't know all these names of parts. And okay, so that, is still in the balance, but because my truck runs so good, I mean, it hums, it's beautiful, everything. So I've been running it all weekend, and I was thinking I was going to have to sit in a hotel, like I said, for a week. And the mechanics tell me, you think you're good, but we're going to have to find out in a couple of weeks, see what's going on. We'll give you short runs around here. And I tell you, yeah, I don't want a long run. I love long runs, but I'm just going to stick around Minnesota, Chicago, Wisconsin, North Dakota, something like that.
Right, stay
And
close.
yeah, stay close to my mechanics. And it's like I got the best of a bad deal. I didn't want to take the weekend off. I got plenty of hours, but I had to sit until Monday so they can put me 2 new front tires. Because I was listening to you about your tires and your alignment and all that.
Yeah.
And, well, one of my tires is shimming and I'm just like, like if you want a milkshake, just put it on my cup holder and it'll shake it, because
Oh yeah, it'll
tires
shake
have
the
gotten
whole
so
truck.
bad. So
Yeah,
I
it'll shake the
have 2
whole
new front
truck.
tires. Anyway, I'm like, whew, okay. I'm just taking the weekend off, go taking short runs, and I'm coming back up here to Minnesota. And, hopefully I can go make a check. That's what being an owner operator is, because you get a lot of money, but you got to put it away and you got to manage it right. But at the same time,
Discipline is key. If
yeah,
you are undisciplined in life and you want to become an owner operator, I suggest you take 6 months and become disciplined,
yeah.
because being an owner operator requires a ton of discipline.
And yeah, it doesn't come easy, it don't, because you guys were talking about shopping earlier, and that's when I put down, "Are you kidding me?" And then I pressed send. I wasn't supposed to do that, so I had to reply right quick. I love shopping. I live for shopping.
I like it, but as I became financially responsible and then having children and all of that, right? And fate, like I know we talked about this once before, like everything changes, right?
One of the things that I've done, and this has been because I've been driving over the road already for like almost 18 years, is I've gotten mugs from every state.
Yeah, I started that. That's where I got this one that I turned into a Snorlord mug today. But I started getting these ones like that match the set from every state. Oh my gosh, it got expensive. I quit.
Yeah. Well, I started doubling my states, so I had to stop, because like I'm sitting in Minnesota right now, in Clearwater, Minnesota, but I'm drinking coffee in Utah.
Right. But
What's
you were
funny
going to
is
say,
I'm from Minnesota, so everything you're saying, I know where your shop is. And 2, are you sitting at are you sitting at a big place that has a really nice restaurant inside? Can you get a big cinnamon roll?
Oh, you're talking about Petro?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just like D&E is just a little bit south, the next exit south or southeast from that. And across the street, there's Hastings. and that's Speedy or Speedway truck stop.
Speedway. Yep.
Yeah, we are directly across the street from that. And oh my God, just a little while ago, because I was walking Abigail, my little dog,
It's hot.
we were out, and there was like, I want to say like about at least 50 military vehicles pulled up in that station. But no, I'm sitting at the, at our yard, because they got a nice little break room, washer and dryer, and they got everything here. So, except they shut down the showers for the weekend, so I have to go to Love's. But yeah, that's where I'm at right now. But I got to tell you though, and I might put this in one of my little films that I have that nobody watches. Last night, I'm facing kind of like, I believe it's northeast. The Mississippi just starts basically, here in Minnesota and Clearwater. And there was a lightning. Okay, you see lightning, right? It'll last for a few seconds. This lightning show, like in the clouds, just way in the background, it had to have lasted at least an hour or 2 hours. I filmed some of it. I even got tired of holding my arm. And I filmed.
I was going to ask you, did you get some footage on that?
Yeah, I did. But it didn't come out too clear because my camera was focusing close and then far and close. So
Yeah.
I can, but I don't have my 35 millimeter with me. I wish I would have had that because I would have really got some good stuff. But I had to film that because like I've never seen where it's just thunder or lightning just coming down, then it stopped and it come down. I mean, this went on for a long, long time.
I caught a storm like that once, and it was amazing. And I did get footage on it. It's not the greatest, but it was incredible. Like I still have to edit. I need to edit it because I took a whole bunch of short ones. But I've never seen an actual like just lightning storm, and that was it, and it blew my mind. So I can't wait.
Am I seeing that? And I'm thinking it's because I washed my truck yesterday. So you know how that goes.
Wait, do you wash your truck? Let's ask that question. You never talk about washing your truck? Do you wash that thing?
Thanks for watching my videos.
I do watch your videos.
That's my answer. Yes, I wash my truck.
Okay. I might have missed that one video. Sometimes I miss one.
So when I'm at home, I have a pressure washer. I live in like a very, and I'm not bragging. I got very lucky with the house I bought. I've owned my house for years. My house was paid through trucking, but not what I'm currently doing. I worked in the oil fields for a while, and I was able to save a lot of money and buy a house in an area that I live in. So like I live in like a kind of a very upscale community. So driving my truck and parking it at my house is something that I can get away with doing it once, like parking it in my driveway. But other than that, like the city will be on my rear end. So I'll wash my truck at home if I bring it home. Otherwise, it's Blue Beacon. The carrier I'm leased onto, we get great discounts. We have a discount card for Blue Beacon truck washes. So yeah, I go to Blue Beacons. Only a couple. Like there's only really 3 Blue Beacons that I'll use. All the other ones I don't mess with. I don't like their wash.
Minnesota?
What?
You live in Minnesota?
I do.
What town, if I may ask?
I'm not going to say what town I live in, but
that's okay.
I live in the eastern suburbs of St. Paul.
There you go.
Okay.
Towards Hudson, Wisconsin.
Yeah. I live in Edgewood, New Mexico. That's why I put Edgewood 66 transport. Okay. So I don't know if anybody knows that, but not that it matters.
I remember that you said that on a video.
Oh, really?
and
I don't
yeah, and
remember.
that's why I also started using your name when I addressed you, because
I
when you
I
did a
noticed.
video about talking about my live, you were like, "My name's Totalina." And I was like, I don't. We're just so used to calling each other our YouTube names, right? And so no, I didn't mean anything bad about that.
No,
So
no, don't worry
So
about it. Don't worry. If I would
that's
have
so
known,
funny.
if I would
That,
have
that
known that before, I would have wanted to put Edgewood 66. I would have put Your Majesty or something like that, you know. So that, but
Wait,
yeah,
what were you gonna say?
so
Wait,
like
you were gonna say something?
well, you just said you get so used to calling people by their YouTube name. I mean, the guy I'm leased onto is I would say a fairly big YouTuber, and I know his personal name, obviously, and I still call him DIY. Like, where if we're hanging out somewhere, it's, hey, DIY. We're out at the bar, hey, DIY. And other people are looking at me like, what's he saying? Because they might not know that he's got a YouTube channel, you know what I mean?
I got
I
And
know.
same with Cash. It's always Cash.
I got a question. What
Yeah.
does DIY mean?
Do it yourself.
Oh, okay. I
So
didn't.
totally, when back in his earlier videos, he was doing videos of fixing stuff on trucks.
I
So
remember.
I
I
think
seen a
that's
few
where
of them.
that comes from.
Mhm.
So that's where that comes from. I'll call Snorlord for some advice, or have him talk me down from a ledge or whatever. And I will say at the end of the call, I'm like, thank you so much, Snorlord. I appreciate it. Right. So I catch myself doing that too. Like, I'm still calling him by that name. And I'm like, I know his name is Steve. Right. Like,
Yeah.
I could be a human for a second and just be like, you know, but it just happens. Right. So I do call Jeffrey like by his name, Jeff. That's the only one that's I've been able to stick with me. So when I speak to him, I call him Jeff, and then I'll be on YouTube and I'll be writing something, and I'll be like, I try to put in his name, but I've met him personally, so maybe that's the connection. But it's so funny because we just call each other by those names. So when the first time that I had Dodalina on there, I was referring to her as her Edgewood 66, and I think it threw her off a little bit.
I
But I'm
wanted.
like, oh, this is what
I
we do.
wanted to give you a special thanks, Shannon. It's like you're my number one fan. I mean, like, I am so honored, and thank you. I
So,
feel like you're promoting me more than I'm promoting me. But
hey,
like, thank you. I mean, you are the best. I've never had such a friend that that is like really pushing for me to get out there. But a quick little side story. I was in Twitter, and I had like about almost 4,000 or 5,000 followers, a lot of them. But I also had the First Lady Melania Trump following me, Clint Eastwood, um, Steven Seagal, some big names, right? And
Yeah.
Eric Carmen and stuff. But I had a newsletter. It wasn't a video, it was a newsletter because I'm a professional artist. That's what I went to college for. But I was like shocked and honored that the First Lady was following me. I didn't believe it till I checked her out. And sure enough, I'm like, oh my God, she is. So that really motivated me. But then, things got all crazy, as you guys remember, 2020. And I lost like my 4,000 to 5,000 followers, went down to like 1,500. That's it. I don't know why. I think Twitter did that. So I tried making videos under the same name as Doty's page on YouTube, and it just didn't feel right, because it was more about economy and that's what my newsletters were. But then once I got out of the Doty's page uh, articles and stuff, I got onto this, and I'm just starting this up with Edgewood 66. But I'm having a lot of fun here. It's like, forget the politics and stuff. Like, I'm just going to drive. That's what I do.
Yeah.
And
And it is fun. Like, I think having our little community, like being able to bounce stuff off each other and get advice with each other and help, and just being able to see how other people are doing what we're doing is a very good, for all of us. And we are out here alone, each one of us, and it kind of gives us a little family like thing. That's how I feel anyways. Like I love you guys like family. Like it's important for me because this is my, I like to just see what we're doing and just stay in
yeah,
touch. And I love what you guys do. I love watching your creativity and it's fascinating to me just to kind of see what people are doing, you know.
there's a couple of people I want to give a shout out to. One of them is Twin Sticks Garage. You might
Okay.
like it. I don't know if you've heard of him. It's just one guy, he's a trucker, and he's rebuilding that truck from Smokey and the Bandit.
Oh wow.
I've been watching him for a long time. He is amazing. And
That's
basically doing it by himself. He gets a little help every now and then. Check that out. It's Twin Sticks Garage.
okay.
Yeah.
Hey, where you
And then there's I'm
What?
sorry.
I saw Fade open the door. I was like, where's he going?
So I don't have the APU on or the truck, and it's getting hot.
Okay. I thought you
And I'm
farted.
afraid,
Out.
no, come on. I did just eat some breadsticks. But
I'm just kidding.
so let me ask, since I'm on a live with two women, let me ask this, and I'm not overtaking your channel or anything like that, but this is really interesting to me. I've been in trucking for going on 23 years now. I've only worked for a couple of companies. I have a very good work history. And I've probably only seen, like, worked with maybe 3 women. And now, like, trucking is kind of growing. Like, there's a community of women truck drivers, which I think is absolutely fantastic. But what's the biggest, what do you girls, women, however you want, whatever you want me to call you, how do you feel, or what is the biggest challenge that you think you guys face coming into the industry and then staying in the industry? What's the biggest challenge for you?
Dolina, you've been driving a lot longer than me. I think this would be a better question if you want to answer it.
Well, okay. A quick side thing to answer your question. I'm going to try to kill 2 birds with 1 stone here. Another one I want to give a shout out to, which I don't think anybody has heard because I don't see her on our little community, is Big Rig. It's Big Rig Becca, right?
Yeah, I haven't seen her yet either. I'm gonna check that out.
She drives a flatbed. She's a young girl. You could tell she's in her mid-20s or something like that, or early 20s. She's one tough little girl, I tell you. And I look at her and it reminds me of, like, what you were asking, that a lot of the mistakes that I did, she's doing them. And, when I started, I was totally naive about everything. I was doing things the hard way. People were taking advantage of me. It wasn't pretty, but at the same time, I was going through a lot of changes.
Yeah.
And, so when they were taking advantage of me, it didn't even bother me because I had bigger, with a divorce and custody and kids and all that, bigger fish to fry.
Yeah.
But I tried, like you guys were talking, going back to an office job. I tried going back to my lumber job as a truck driver, and I couldn't because I saw them starting to take advantage of me again. And that, to me, that's where I grew, right? I hated to be away from everybody because I lost so much. I had to start my life all over again as an over-the-road truck driver. And if you can't do that, like, we're a different kind of breed. And I look at it this way. I bleed diesel. You know, I, you know, I'm not, I've given my job 100%. And being a girl, I get a lot of help. I get so much um, joy out of this that, like, when, okay, I'm driving, right, and I'll come up to a place and, like, on one of my videos, when I'm parked like this at a dock, I think it's the last one I have. I'm parked at the dock, and when I back into a dock like this, I can't roll my tarp up. I mean, it's impossible for me to do it by myself. And I asked, you know, the guy, can you help me roll up the tarp? And he says, oh, don't worry about it. I mean, he was going to offer me to do that. And we did it. And, you know, I get so much help from you guys. It's unbelievable. But I've been driving for a long time already where we didn't get no respect. And, you know, there's paper logs, like the GPS. We didn't have it. I didn't know what a GPS was. It was like the big maps I would get at the rest areas. And if I was in Philadelphia or something, you know, in Harrisburg or something like that, I'm looking at the map, the city map, not the big state map. I had to figure that out. And I didn't, you know, even back then, people treated me good. There's some drivers that, one driver in particular, he got mad at me. I'm putting fuel, I'm checking, you know, the oil and stuff at a truck stop. And he told me, that's a nice truck. Is it your truck? I says, yes. He says, I bet you and your husband drive a lot. I told him I'm not married. He says, oh, do you have a boyfriend? I says, no. He says, you drive that thing by yourself? I says, yep, just me and my dog. He got mad at me. I was like, huh? He says, no, you need a partner. You need to get married or something. And this was another truck driver. And I'm like, I thought to myself, who are you to tell me what to do, first of all? But
Right.
I realized he was kind of being a big brother to me. You know what I mean? That's
Looking
I
out
was-
for you.
What's funny is I was just gonna say that he came across probably kind of like a little bit of an a-hole,
yeah,
but in reality, he's like, you should not be out here by yourself.
yeah.
Like, and I'm not saying the way he went about it, saying that to you is how he should have said it, but the minute you started saying that, I would have said this. I would have said, oh, man, like I worry about. I have daughters. You know what I mean? And women out here on the road by themselves, like, yeah, it's no different than my daughter being in college and going to a party. I worry about her. You know what I mean? So
To finish
Yeah.
the answer here is being a truck driver. First of all, I feel comfortable because my truck is my home. It's my office, my bed, everything, right? I'm married to my truck. And it's big. It's a big boy. It's not a girl, it's a boy. Anyway, you guys call it, yeah, she runs good. It's like, to me, I think the girls say he runs awesome or something. You know,
that's
has a lot of muscle.
that's great.
But at the same time, I'm like, I feel comfortable around other truck drivers, because we immediately are on the same page. We're both in the same industry. We can relate really good. And
Yeah.
it's always been like that for me, you know? Because when I go to a rest stop, I don't know who's sleeping in that car over there. I don't know if, you know, anything about that person. And it's more like a hi bye kind of thing. But
Yeah.
when it comes to truck drivers, the subject is there, you know? Yeah, you know, I'm just coming from Nashville, Tennessee, or Montana or whatever. And it's like a bond that us truck drivers have, even for the women. And I think, I don't know whose video I put that, oh, it was Big Rig Becca, because she's doing it and she's having a blast. She's getting loaded with flatbed and she's tarping and everything.
Wow.
I'm like, I never tarp. I don't like to tarp. And she's doing it. But she made the her job, because of her presence, that she's a female, she made her job fun. And I saw that. It's like, you got to check her out too. Big Rebecca.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
subbed to her already. She looks like she's just a little girl too.
Yeah, she's little. She's as
I've seen a lot of small ladies like you. You said you were 5 feet yourself. Like I've seen a lot of little ladies. I was talking to Wheelburner about it and telling him like I wanted to go flatbed, but I was afraid that I wouldn't be able to handle. They told me I had to lift all these tarps and 110-pound tarps over my head and all this other stuff, and I was like, I'm not ready for that yet. But I see lots of little ladies being flatbedders. So I don't know.
I like flatbed because that's where I get my exercise. Sure, I'm gonna get all dirty and sweaty, but that's I know how to clean myself up. Not to mention, I got a cat yoga.
Right. Yeah, that's the nice part of it too. What you got going on
with a door. So when I go back there and I'm empty, I'll just pop up the water and the soap, and I'll just take a shower back there.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, that's what I like. I want to get me the whole setup where you can like a bag or a tank or something. I haven't done that.
That's cool. That'll make good content when you do though.
You said you drive a
shower content? Yeah, that'd be very good content. Good call, Shannon. Good call.
I didn't catch that. Sure, a guy would catch that, wouldn't you know?
So Faith, what was the question? You said what was our biggest challenges?
Right. Yeah. What you're women out here solo? Well, like what's been your biggest challenge? Like getting into the industry. Like I said, I come from, I've only worked for 3 or 4 other companies. I think 3. And there, like, a couple of women would come in the door, and to be honest, none of them ever lasted more than like a week.
Really?
Yeah, none of them. Now, it was more labor intensive. It was flatbed work. It was, some of it was like food deliveries. So, like, I get that it's, this is a total sexist statement that I'm making. But, like, yeah, it was very physical, very demanding. You had to lift 100 pounds. Like, and I'm not saying women can't do that. I know women can do that. I've already stated I'm a parent of 2 daughters. But yeah, what was like your biggest obstacle? Do you feel like you were like judged based on your sex to become a truck driver? Like that you weren't up to doing the job?
I think I was afraid that might happen more than anything I've experienced.
Good.
But she's been around a lot longer. Times have changed.
Yeah,
the whole time.
For me, when I got in it, I just lost my art business as a freelance artist, and like I said, I had to get in it. It's just like it or not, I got in it. But it wasn't a semi, but it was a pickup truck, and then I got bigger and bigger and bigger, new truck, a raise and stuff. But they treated me like crap. But at the same time, before you know it, I'm in it. And I hated it. I didn't, because I was missing all my family, my kids, and losing my kids and divorce, like I said. So my biggest challenge was not being taken advantage of anymore. Because the driving I got down, right now with maintaining my truck to keep it running, that's a challenge because that worries me. But as far as getting in it, for like the new drivers that are listening, it's a lifestyle that once you get in, it's hard to get out. It is. And I'm sure, you guys can agree because
I don't care.
Tell me what to do, like leave me alone. I'll do it myself. Yeah. And anyway, what I like doing is being in control. And one thing that I've always noticed, and it's like proof is in the pudding, nobody follows me. And I'm not just saying on the YouTube, but where I lead, nobody follows me. You know, like my family, they don't want to do nothing with truck driving. When I was doing other stuff, I threw a party, nobody would come, you know. So I'm used to that. And I kind of got used to just being back in the corner, put away, but I know what's going on. And I kind of
Right.
like it that way. But yeah, follow me on YouTube or something. You know?
Yeah, everybody go subscribe to Domelina's channel. It's
One
Eastwood
last thing I
60.
want to say is, oh my God, and this blew my mind. The friends that I have out here is second to none. I've made so much friends that, and they are good-hearted people.
Yeah,
You know, they're not
that's
going to rip you off or, you know, try to scheme you into anything. And that's what I feel about truck drivers. The biggest challenge is, for me, is staying healthy, watching my back, you know, not getting in trouble. I've given up 100% on truck driving. I'm 100%, but
Yeah.
I've given up, and it's a sacrifice you have to do. I guess that would be the biggest challenge, because you
Well-
got to make a sacrifice to be an over the road driver.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, I agree with about 90% of what you just said. I think you're. I say this with the utmost respect. I think you're a rare breed that you're willing to give everything up for something that I hope you love. Like and based on what I'm hearing, you do love what you do. I certainly wouldn't give everything up to do what I'm doing. I love my family. I've made it very clear that me becoming an owner operator was a family decision. It was not solely based on what I wanted. You know, I think what you said is a rare breed. I don't think if you get into trucking, like if somebody new is watching this, you need to find a balance. If you choose not to find a balance, I think everything you just said happens. You lose everything.
It's
You
not. Yeah, it's not that
Well,
I gave it up willingly. I lost so much. I lost my way of life at home. I've lost my kids because they were sick. I couldn't be there. I was out of state in Pennsylvania or Montana or soccer games. I lost that, and my ex took advantage. I lost that, and I found myself alone. And so I had to make a sacrifice as to, am I going to keep on doing this, or am I going to go back to the rat race kind of job where I was miserable? And that's why I chose the truck driving. That's not.
what
But
were you
yeah,
gonna say, Shannon?
I didn't.
I
I
was
don't
just
give it up. Go ahead.
yeah, I was just I'm sorry, Dolene, I didn't mean to interrupt you. I think I can relate to what she's saying because, for instance, I'm at a point in my life where my kids are grown, right? And I'm single as well, right? Right. You have a wife at home, and your girls are at college now, right? So if you were a single man, right, and you decided you didn't need a house and you were whatever, stop it. But you know what I'm saying? So I think it comes from, like, one thing that we have in common is that, okay, everybody in our families are doing their own things, right? And so we're kind of left to do what do we want to do? You know what I mean? So I miss people. I go back to visit people when I can, but I've been able to just jump out. It was my decision to jump all into this stuff because I mean, to say it most generally, I didn't know what else I was going to do. I didn't know what but I wanted to build something, right? I'm a builder. So I wanted to, especially build a business that possibly I can leave for my kids, or that they can have an asset for the future, right? Because I had such a hard life raising them. I never got ahead. I never got to travel. I never got to, nothing was about me. I never got a hot meal. So to me, in that respect, this is so, how geeked I am all the time and how happy I am. And it's such a great thing. And I'm so happy about it. And because I feel like it's a total change of lifestyle. But I get to use my business gifts to build a business. All the things about me, I get to use all these things about me and my free spirit, and all these things can come together and make this a positive, towards the success of this business.
Yeah, you
So
accepted the change. That's what I did.
yeah, and it's like, I do I keep an eye on everybody, make sure everybody's all right, and at any point I know that if I need to go home or be somewhere, then I'll do that, and I totally have that freedom, and I don't have to worry about a boss and telling me I can or can't no more. So um you know the challenge is being away, right? Being away from normal life. Like sometimes I feel like I don't remember what that's like. Sometimes.
That
Sometimes.
I can 100% relate to that. I am a total introvert. I love the isolation that trucking gives me. I I thrive in this type of environment. This is if I wasn't doing this, I should be working in like a think tank. Like, in all honesty, I thrive in situations like this. But I also think I have that healthy balance. And it's not all the time. Sometimes my wife has to call me multiple times to tell me to get home, because I just get wrapped up in what I'm doing, and I do it.
That's
But
something too. I've always been a workaholic. I've always, in number one, out of necessity, because I was a single parent. Number two, I think then when that happens and it has to be so much a part of your life, you evolve into that, right? You just turn into a machine, right? So I don't know what to do with myself if I'm not working, or can't.
kind of hobby.
You know what I
Like,
mean?
I'm not being sarcastic. Like, I
Right.
fish. I go out of town. I'm from a beautiful state. I mean, Minnesota is an absolutely gorgeous state. I can go out into the wilderness. I've shared I'm from the sticks of northern Minnesota. Like, I love the outdoors. But I
So do
do
I.
think we all need to have a hobby. I get that a lot of us view this as our lifestyle. This is who we are and what we are. It shouldn't be that way, because, like you said, then we turn into a machine, and we're not machines. We're human beings that do require certain things to, like, be human.
Yeah, and I try to grab onto those things while I'm out here. Like I started making myself get out of the truck and exploring my surroundings, right? Not only for the exercise, but it brings me a mental thing, right?
One
So
thing I want to say is that since I've started driving, right, I've noticed one thing, and this, if it would have come along sooner, or if I would have started driving later, I wouldn't have lost my family. I wouldn't have lost my kids, because technology has been, like it or not, it's been an advantage for truck drivers. Number one, I guess first and foremost, like I had, my iPhone, right? And I bought an iPhone for my mom so we can keep in contact face to face, right? FaceTime. And she always knew where I was. That's how I was with my dad when he was alive. But back when he was alive, we didn't have the iPhone. It was just a phone call. And
right, you couldn't keep in touch like we can
yeah, you
now, and I
can't.
think that's a
Communication is
huge.
big. And another thing is, when I was driving, there was no ELD, and it was just paper logs. I used to run 2 paper logs. I could say that now and not get arrested. But it was like a tug of war between the safety department and the dispatchers, because the dispatchers would push me 16, 17 hours of driving, and I would do it like a dummy. But the safety is telling me, you can't do that. So, and if I would tell the dispatchers, well, I can't do that, they would make, in revenge, they would make me sit or give me a really bad load or something. That's when I was a company driver.
Hey, Shannon, I gotta jump off. I gotta get back to work here. It was nice chatting with both of
All right.
you.
Well, thanks for having the guts to hang out with two lady truck drivers this morning and have coffee with us.
You take it easy. I hope things turn around. Like, I hope your engine's okay. Hopefully it is just a gasket.
Yeah.
Second of all, Shannon, I hope things kind of turn around. I know you have a very good, I'll say this real quick, Shannon. One thing I really like about you, I don't always agree with everything you're saying, but one thing I like about you is you're willing to listen to people that are knowledgeable and have experience in this and grow your business off of some mentorship. I applaud you for that. I want you to know that, because that people think we can do it all on our own, and you can't. Like, get business-minded people together and create something. So good for you, Shannon, and I hope things get better for you.
You know it will. And listen, if you ever don't agree with me, I want you to know that you are willing to tell me, because
just because I don't.
I know, but I like you and I have great conversations, intelligent, fair, and balanced, non-judgmental conversation. So I just want you to know, like, I'm cool with that. Like, if you ever want to hash some stuff out, I'm down. You know what I mean? Because I love your side of the viewpoint too. You know what I mean? You explain it well. You have good conversation. You speak well. Like, I would never mind, like, talking about two different sides of an opinion with you or whatever. So I'm not saying like, oh, I have to make you agree with me, or you have to make me agree with you. That's not the case. I think you and I understand that already about each other, that we have fair and different opinions, and we have different backgrounds, and we have, our businesses are a little bit different, but you know what I mean? Oh, good.
It's in the name of our business. We're independent contractors. We think independently. Just because you don't agree with somebody doesn't mean your opinion is right and theirs is wrong, or theirs is right or wrong and yours is right.
Right.
Yeah,
and I never see it that way. I mean, yeah. I see that. I'm with you on that.
Before you go, is it FB Trucking, or how is it again?
It's F8, but it stands for fate. Even though I'm not a religious person, I believe this was my fate. So
yeah,
but I will,
we've newly adopted the nickname Mac Lovin'. So
yeah,
I like
right.
Mac Lovin'.
I do gotta run here. You ladies take care. Have a great day.
Have a great day. Thank you for coming. I appreciate you. Oh, that was fun. He's always.
You're in trouble now. Now watch. The audience is slowly going to leave the room.
We've been all right. I think a lot of people are driving today and just kind of listening for coffee. But we have been doing 2.5 hours, and that's like my record.
I know.
And it's absolutely wonderful. And but I am out of coffee and water to make any more. So I'm gonna go ahead and probably shut it down in a few minutes and do some lunch, right? So Nevada says later, Fate, and TBT says his truck is in the office parking lot. Get in the office and get him a refill, right? Chicken Hawk says, I like McLovin better than F8. And I say F8 or Fate, whatever. But yeah, I like McLovin too. I think I'm gonna try to make it stick. So
cooking is good.
We got Dodolina, we got that joke because why was that, Chicken Hawk? What brought that about? I can't remember.
What was that again?
The nickname that I'm talking about, Mac Lovin', that we want to call Fate Trucking. It's kind of a joke because it was something about, because he drives a Mac, doesn't he?
I don't know.
I think that's where it came from.
When I think it's a Mac truck. but
Yeah.
I don't want to
So
say yes or no because I don't want to offend anybody.
so I think it is too, but Fate has the guys have a lot of fun with him, right? And kid
Mhm.
around with him and stuff like that. So but ever since that one came up, I kind of like it. But he won't change his name. They call him Mac and Cheese. They call him like a bunch of different little nicknames. So it's just been kind of a funny thing. But he takes it like a champ. Like he is the classiest guy when it comes to just taking the jokes and letting it roll right off of him. So he's a good dude though.
Yeah.
He works with DIY. So they're on the same team there. So um that's how I met him and ran into him, was from watching DIY's channel. And
Okay.
so DIY is his mentor, right? So he's that's why he's about having a good mentor too. So
Can I tell you a little something?
yeah.
You okay, Abigail? I was unloading in somewhere, forgot where. Anyway, the person next to me that was unloading, I mean, there, it was IDK, right?
Yeah.
And because there was a married couple, they were really
Yeah.
nice. And I asked them, well, what is IDK stand for? She says, I don't know. And I cracked up. I got that right away, you know.
Right.
IDK transport.
I think I've seen that one time actually. I was laughing because I was like, that was so cool. And there was another one too that was something similar like that. I always look at what people are naming their trucking companies. It's so funny. A lot of times it's just names, but sometimes they get creative. So I like seeing those.
I
So
was
we're
a bit ago before your video started because
yeah.
I'm almost done with it, but it's taking forever to upload. I was, making a little video about having coffee in the morning, like I do sometimes. One of my articles was that there's this one lady in Pasadena. She's 94 years old. She's going to start driving.
The little old lady from Pasadena.
Yeah. Like, God bless her heart, God bless her heart. But I made that, it's a little column. I read the little part comment. And it was really interesting, I don't know how long she's going to be driving, but God bless her heart, whatever it is.
Yeah, if it's just a dream of hers to do it, for a little bit, or maybe just, to pass the test and get out
But
there and drive one, like that's still super awesome.
this
Like
is
I
one,
just
this is one thing I wanted to say about that is that people nowadays, you see a lot of senior citizens and stuff like working at Walmart, right? At the door doing, or, like at Sam's Club or something like that. And
yeah,
that kind of gave me the impression as that's where she's going to make some money to be able to support herself by driving a truck. Maybe she'd driven a truck before, but she's going to drive a truck. And it's pretty sad that some of, like I myself, this is what I'm doing for the rest of my life. And I'm trying to save money and, I'm not going to drive but I'm going to drive as long as I can, but I'm not going to drive until I drop dead. But it's like, I'm not going to work at Walmart because I'm not going to, my retirement, I'm trying to set that at a certain standard, aren't we all? But
right.
like, I thought of that little lady, and God bless her heart. This is what she has to do to survive. That's what I mean. And she's a lady trucker, and that just like, that really
That's an
touched
interesting story. That's I would hey, if somebody gets her on YouTube, I will watch that stuff.
me.
you know,
You have a personality that just explodes, I don't know what it is about you, but you
I'm
just,
so happy. Like, what can I say? I really am happy in my heart. Like, I'm just so happy. I'm
And
not in an abusive relationship anymore. I'm not in a poverty situation anymore. I'm healthy. I'm doing something that is absolutely fascinating that I'm passionate about. I'm seeing this beautiful country for the first time. I don't know why I have a reason not to be giddy every day, and I just can't help myself.
and I used to hate this job.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
and
people tell me that I will hate it, but right now I'm not gonna focus on that. I love I'm thankful. And this the biggest part of it is my heart is grateful. I've learned to love people for their different colors and their different ways and their different opinions, and that's beautiful to me. And I've learned to be patient, and I've learned to just appreciate the nature, right, and the sunrises and all of that, you know what I mean? So I got a lot of that going on, and it's just like I can't keep it from coming out.
live it up. Like even last night, I've never seen a lightning show like Mother Nature put, and that
Priceless.
lasts for hours. That night,
Priceless. Like,
yeah,
I that kind of stuff makes me think how thankful I am for my health, for my eyesight, for my ears, for the fact that I can have the coordination and physical ability to do this, because people can't. There's some people who can't go to the gym. Some people can't do anything, and I'm trying to stay humble and just be so thankful for every day and everything that happens in it, even the challenges, right? And
yeah,
and it's exciting to see how it all comes out. It's like I kind of feel like I don't have whole lot to lose, but but it is a very dangerous job at the same time. So you have to have that respect for how dangerous it is too.
yeah. I see
And
it.
TVT says, "Oh, it's just Shannon. It's just Shannon." Yeah, that's how I look at it. That's just me. I'm kind of strange, but it's I hope I just
Yeah,
can get
comments.
people
Read the
joy.
comments. Oh my goodness.
So,
I mean,
yeah,
mine are
yeah.
like I can't see them.
I'm
Go ahead.
sorry, I do it. Bad
Sorry. Yeah.
habit. TVT says, "Hey, did Disney get a YouTube channel? Did I switch channels?" So, what's that supposed to mean, TVT? Oh, it's yeah. Oh, and then this is the response. Oh, it's just Shannon. I don't know about Disney. I don't know about that. I'm not that bad, I hope. But yeah, I'm in a good mood. It's every day it's real, especially after coffee. And
Oh, it's
and
just.
I want to give some positive. Yeah, just Shannon. That's just me, guys.
Well, I love
So
your hair. That's one thing that I try to let
thank
mine
you.
grow, and it
Yeah,
just.
I don't know if it's still growing because of my age, but I'm trying to hang on to it. Whatever I got, that's gonna hang or stay there. But
One thing one thing that I like is long hair on a man. Oh my God, that is to me. That's
woo, I used to when back in the 80s when it was like hair bands and all that, when it was in and it was popular. It was like I would, at that time, if you asked me, I was such a young girl, I was like, oh no, he's gotta have long hair and he's gotta have like, whatever. And now I'm like, I'm okay with it, but I'm not attracted to it at all like I used to be. Um,
we're
it's
gonna.
really strange, I've changed a lot. Now I prefer like a really clean cut person. Not that, no offense to anybody. It's just like if I was ever gonna date again, which probably will never happen. And I mean that. I like looking at men that are very groomed, you know.
While taking
So
care of.
yeah, and hair on an older man is not, they're struggling to hang on to it, and it shows, and it's not as you know what I mean? Like it's almost like I've seen so many older guys with the ponytail with just a few strands left, and they're hanging on to their they're hanging on
Their
to their
youth.
ponytail.
Yeah,
I'm like, baby, just cut it out.
never
Just
give up.
time, like,
My ex-boyfriend. That was my ex-boyfriend. It's like he didn't have any hair on top. He lost it all, but he had a little ponytail in the back. And I
Yeah,
told
I mean, there's
him, if you
some point, guys, where
took
you
it
gotta
off,
let go of it. I'm just saying, like, but it's I've seen even the mechanics actually that were working on my truck was like, it may have been a ponytail that thick with hair at one time, but now it's just like a little. But they're still keeping it. They're not gonna cut that hair, and it's fine. And I I don't hate it, right? But it's just not. Um, there's a point when you should probably think about letting go of it. But then there's when guys that have long hair are like, hell no, I'm never cutting my hair, and it's all good. It's just like it's not that thing that makes me go, because it used to. I used to be I loved it, man. The longer guy's hair was, the better. And I don't know, I just kind of grew out of it, I guess. But
yeah,
it's great. Hey guys, if you have long beards and you have long hair, it's fabulous. If that's what you dig, more power to you. I ain't hating on nobody for it.
yeah.
Trucker gal, a trucker with muscle, wee wee whistle. She says. So she likes muscles. That's what she's saying there.
Hi, Trucker Gal. I comment on your channel every now and then. On Trucker
TBT
Gal.
says hair, but choose to shave it, less hassle. So now I focus on my beard. Yeah, it seems like a lot of the guys are doing the beard thing lately. More
I
than
know.
maybe I'm noticing it more. Do you like beards with long hair? Like that whole thing?
Well, I
Curly
got it. My ex-boyfriend, I used to call him two-tone because my little dog Abigail, and she has like a white beard. She's like a dark gray, and she has a white beard. Come here, Abigail. See, she has a white beard.
Oh yeah.
My ex-boyfriend, and they love each other. When they were together, I mean, it was like, and they were like twins.
Yeah. Funny.
It's funny, and yeah, it's so funny that people really do look like they're animals.
I know. I've heard that. It's
I
and,
used to
and
call
it's
them.
see it sometimes. I see it sometimes. It gives me a laugh because it's cute how it's just funny how that happens.
One thing.
Um Burner Express, did we strike a nerve somewhere? Did we say something that was a little sideways? I love your new logo, by the way, Wheel Burner. That's great. That is really great. TBT says, great, I look like her dog. TBT must feel like he matches that description of the beard and the thing because we were talking about his beard a second ago. Trucker Gal says, Toga. Hey,
I'm
Toga.
sure this is what happened to me. And Trucker Girl she's a beautiful girl. But
Yes, she is.
and I'm not even. I mean, like she blows me away.
Oh, she's a doll. She's so dang cute. You can't help but watch her and love with her. I mean, be in love
Yeah,
with her. She's got
but
a bright spirit and she's gorgeous.
I gotta tell you this. I'm at this rest stop. It was in Kansas, near Topeka or something like that. And I'm walking Abigail, just a 15-minute break because I'm on a tight schedule. And as I was walking her, this other truck driver came next to me. And he started talking to me and everything, which they normally do.
Yeah.
And I'm back in the truck. And just as I put Abigail in, I'm about to get in. He came around because he was like interested. And all of a sudden he proposed to me. He says, "Will you marry me?" And I'm like, that
What?
stopped me in my tracks. And I could tell it wasn't a joke. He wasn't kidding. It came from his heart by the tone of his voice and the expression
Aw.
of his face. I was shocked. I'm thinking, like, oh my God, so I had to like stop and just tell him that, you okay, Abigail? She's doing something down. She's trying to dig a hole. Anyway, I was like, you know, totally flattered. And I told him, I just met him 10 minutes ago. And, you know, I got his number and we met, we talked for a little bit. But it made me realize that we're in a man's world out here. And there's a lot of lonely men out here.
Yeah.
And, you know, you're going to get some people that are, you know, you know what I mean? Whether it's sexual or intimate or from the
You
heart.
know, that might be a good subject for a ladies' night when we tell the lines that have been used out here on us, right? when we expose the lines of y'all men truckers, right? I think that would be a hilarious story subject. That, you know, because it happens, right? And
Yeah, we're all
trucker,
human.
look at trucker gal. She says, yeah. Because I'm sure we've heard them all, you know, and it's funny. So I know what you're saying though, because I think I've had 2 instances similar to that, like literally where they just was like, you know,
They got a few minutes and they don't want to waste it, and you know, so they'll just go in for
it's like I can't imagine what's going through a man's mind if he actually thinks that's gonna work. That's what stumps me about it. Like, really?
Well,
Like, really?
I think the hardest part on that is that the rejection. You know what I mean? Nobody likes to be rejected.
But you can't ask somebody to marry you just by meeting them at the fuel island. You know what I'm saying? Like, what do you expect there? You know? Like, what are you expecting me to say right now, bro? Like, really? Did you think this one all the way through? Because I'm not feeling like you did. You know? And it's like, I gotta go back to logic. Like, what made you, like,
Yeah.
okay, if it's a thing in the heat of passion in the moment, like he's just smitten with you so much, like it's like now or never, okay. That at least makes some kind of sense, I guess, if that's where your head was at. But I'm so damn analytical. Like, I'm
head, though.
yeah. I gotta wonder, like, are you kidding me right now? Like, what do you does it even run through your mind like I'm gonna say yes? I mean, because if it is, that's kind of crazy. That's where I get, because I mean, like, I don't know. I was like, oh my God, really? Guys have invited me into their trucks and for, you know, play some cards or something. I don't get in people's trucks, guys. Like, I'm not dumb.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that every one of those was a ulterior motive situation, but
yeah,
I can't,
I don't
because
get into other people's.
you don't put yourself in a situation where anything could happen like that, right? And I won't let anyone into my truck. I'm not putting, you have to be mindful as a female out here to not put yourself in a risky situation. And if you come out here as a female and mind your business and be vigilant of everything that's going around you, right? At all times, because you have to be that at all times. And go get your showers done, do the things you need to take care of yourself, and get in your truck and make sure you're locked up every night and all of that, right? You have to be on point, I think, to be a female out here. And I will tell you, I have not had one bad experience. Every guy has approached me respectfully. Every guy has offered to or chatted with me being friendly. I've had
one bad experience.
I've had some propositions, but they were very respectfully presented. If I can say that, right?
Let me tell you about my one bad experience that I had. I'm driving down the road, minding my own business, and a guy gets on the CB. He passed me, or I passed him, I don't remember. But he started talking to me, and I made the mistake of telling him that I'm going to be taking a break. So the truck stop was up ahead, and I took a break. He came, and he parked right next to me. He wanted to have me right there and then. And that's when I realized I got to be more careful when I say something that I'm going to do. If I wouldn't have told him I was going to take a break, he might have kept on going and none of that would have happened. But yeah, he was like really, really untrustworthy. Let me put it that way, you know? And
yeah, and you never know, because there's always a wolf in sheep's clothing, right? And so you have to be careful. And you know, I am thankful that we have met, that the men that we have come in contact have been respectful. Men have been out here, have been very respectful to me and very kind and very careful not to make me feel threatened. Okay. As far as approaching me and even things like that, just to talk, like if we're just at the truck stop or whatever. I think a lot of women get scared, and I think a lot of women have, and I wasn't sure how it was going to be, but my strength was just in my own person, my own self, right? I've always worked in a male dominated industry. I worked with engineers before in the automotive industry, and it was all men. So I didn't have that fear per se, but I know that I've heard from other women that that's a concern sometimes, and they always ask me, like, is it safe? Are you okay? And I'm like, honestly, when I was working at JB Hunt, I was in the rail yards. I was totally safe there. And now out here on the road, if I am in a sketchy area, I'd be smart. I watch where I park. I don't park in the dark. Especially if I got to get out of the truck, like I am very careful about how I handle myself and how I walk. I will even walk in a manner that's like, you're going to get punched if like I walk strong. I don't walk like, where somebody thinks they can knock me over or they can get power. Yeah. And I'm 5'8.5". So I'm not very small, but I still, you know what I mean? And I still carry myself very good posture. Like, and I'm on my steps. Like I'm not walking in any way that lets anybody think that I'm not paying attention, because I am paying attention, but I even, you know what I mean? So you carry yourself a certain way and guys are maybe less apt to try to maybe approach you, at least, maybe we hope that, right?
Will Burner Express says, I don't mean to, he said he had to chase Dar around for 6 months before she would even date him.
Yeah. Those two are great. Like, I love them too. Like, I think that's great. But that's good. A man should have to, right? Didn't men used to court women at first, right? Was none of this order one on the internet?
Well,
Trucker Gal says, if you're not Brock Lesnar, rejected. Girl.
But I want to give at Will Burner right quick. My saying is, if you can catch me, good, but you can't catch me.
Right. That's what I tell people. Like, I've had conversations with the guys like, well, yeah, but you got to slow down sometimes. You have to, because if they ask me out for dinner, I'm like, yeah, but I can't, because I don't, I'm not, I can't stop. Right. So I don't have time to like have a dinner date or whatever. And they're baffled by that, and I'm just like, hey, and they're like, oh, well, you gotta settle down with somebody eventually. I said, if he can catch me, maybe. That's what I say, because I'm going.
Well, a lot of men, they treat me to dinner and stuff, right? But they freak out when sometimes I pay for the dinner. They're thinking they're taking me out by eating to dinner. And, all of a sudden when the bill comes, I'll jump in and I'll say, there. And they're like, no, I got it. I guess, nope, this one's on me, And
yeah.
They, some of them freak out, some of them don't, but because the roles are reversed, you know what I mean?
Right.
Maybe a good check that day, or I'm in a good mood or something. But it's neat working with men in this way. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I think, for couples that do truck together, like if you ever meet that guy and he's a trucker too, or I think that's just how, if you're a trucker, I think you need a trucker to be with you if you're going to be married.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying people don't make it work, because I know Will Burner and his wife do a hell of a job making it work, but she'll jump in there sometimes with them, he said. And so that's cool. But it's, if you're with a trucker, like it's a package deal, just like,
yeah, it is.
So it's tough. Trucker Gal says, let's do ladies' night on your channel, Shannon, so the subscribers go up. I'll make it entertaining. Oh,
I'm
girl,
sure she
it'll
will.
be entertaining. Trust me. Trust me. Listen, just us in the same event is going to be entertaining. I'm serious. Like
Well,
that's why I feel like I foresee a lot of funny shit talking, and the guys are gonna say all kinds of stuff. So it'll be a good time, I'm sure.
I'm sure they'll get a sneak preview of how we women think.
So, or want to know, right? They might have a lot of
I don't know
questions.
if they would understand us, but
Yeah, it'll be funny. Tag Along's back in the house. Thanks for coming back, Tag Along. And Jay Cordova Trucking is in the house. He has joined us today. He says if you do ladies' night, let me show this. If you do ladies' night, that would be a good idea. TBT says don't forget that half. Trucker Gal says yeah, for sure, Cordova. He says good morning to her. I gotta skip. And Wheelburner says, well worth it. Oh, for chasing Dar. Yeah, I think you got a good catch there, Wheelburner.
yeah.
And you know what's wonderful is he's not afraid to publicly say how much he is thankful for her, right? And that's a good man. Chicks dig that, Wheelburner. We really do. Jay Cordova says if you're not Wheelburner, rejected. Jay Cordova. That's funny. I'm gonna try to click that up here.
Burner is the man. Yep.
Wheelburner's getting some love right now in here. Here he says it right here. If you're not Wheelburner, rejected. Wheelburner is the man, he says. TBT says, I'm a trucker, you're a trucker. Wouldn't you like to be a trucker too? Donnie Luke is in the house also. He says, ooh, ladies' night. I dig it. Yeah, Donnie, I think it'd be some fun. We need to have more fun.
Yeah.
Donnie Luke says, will y'all get free drinks? Well, we'll probably all be in our trucks because we all work all the time. So I don't think there will be drinking involved. We have like super fun personalities together anyways. Like drinking won't be a necessity.
But who knows what we'll be wearing?
Yeah, and Donnie, you don't have to wear your pants. How about that? That's gonna be great. Wheelburner says Donnie Luke will put on a mini skirt and a wig to get into the ladies' night. Well, guys, if you do want to be a part of the ladies' night panel, you are probably gonna have to dress up like a lady. Just saying. Because we don't judge people, and we will accept whatever you choose to identify as that night. Okay, that's just where I'm gonna leave it at. Sterling might, you never know what Sterling's gonna do. Let's see. Tolga says Jay Cordova Trucking is he says hello to you, brother. And Donnie Luke says definitely Wheelburner. Jay Cordova says hi to Tolga. Trucker Gal says Cordova, come into the stream on ladies' night and I'll loan you my lashes. Oh, that's hilarious. I don't think he'd go for it, Trucker Gal. Toga says I'm listening in a stream at the background. I don't see the chat. Sorry. That's okay. We love you, Toga. We know you're there. Thanks for hanging out. You're the best. Jay Cordova says, oh yeah, I'll do it. You know what? We'll see. We'll see what happens there. You will never stop catching hell from the guys if you actually did that stuff, right? Never. Trucker Gal's laughing. Wheelburner blushing over here. TBT says, when people say she's a good catch, is that a reference of the woman being a prey for the dominant predator of the male species? I mean, I think so, but do we take offense to it? No, because we talk about guys being a good catch too. So it's, I think, but yeah, I mean, I think that's
both ways.
what it is essentially, right?
Yeah.
And Wheel Burner says, I identify as a wheel burner. And damn it, sir, you make a real good wheel burner representation. I'm just saying. And I like your new t-shirts. Those are cool. I can't wait to get my hands on one. And I love what you're doing with the channel. You're going pro, and it's so cool. So Wheelburner got, I don't know if I said, you caught me when I said it earlier. Wheelburner got a mic. He's got his technology all set up different. He's got t-shirts available. He's got the logo, and he's got a song being done for him right now for a new opening song for his channel. So it just gets better all the time, Wheelburner. I'm so happy for you. And Trucker Gal is so boss. She's so on top of everything. Like I just watch her stuff and I'm amazed. Like great channels, guys, and everything that you're doing. Like I aspire to I'm trying to learn all that stuff right now. So if anybody wants to offer me some tips, I'll take them free. That's great. Because in Dodalina, I was wondering, do you do logos? Do you do like logo design?
Yeah. I can draw freehand because I went to the Colorado Institute of Art when I was in my early 20s.
That little, you guys, if you haven't seen Dodalina's channel, it's Edgewood 66 Transport. She does, I'm pretty sure you did that little picture of your truck, right? That little cartoon truck.
Yeah.
That is fantastic.
Yeah.
Like I think I want one of those. Would you let me buy one of those from you? But my truck?
You're gonna
Girl, I don't have a logo for my business yet. So I've been struggling with
nothing, okay?
I've been struggling with picking something out, but I love how you did your truck so much. It's so damn cool. Like I
was a cartoon. I used to have a cartoon strip a long time ago.
I want something like that. And if you wouldn't mind, if I could it's so cute and it's fun to look at. You did such a great job. Like it's so cool. Guys, go to her channel and check it out. And while you're there, please subscribe.
I did Abigail.
Oh, that's Abigail. We have a real live cartoonist here, right? She's so much more than a truck.
You're talking about that truck, right?
Yeah, isn't that cool? I love that.
That's Trigger. I draw these on Illustrator, right? On my Apple. And
do you do those funny characters too?
Sorry? Huh?
Do you do the funny caricatures too? That looks like a person's face, but their features are extenuated. Oh my gosh. Wheelburner, did you hear that? I love it. Oh my God, I want some. I will pay you to do those. Like, I would love to use those for my YouTube channel. Yeah! How cool is that?
Yeah, I do. Like I said, I was a professional artist before I became a truck guy.
That is fantastic work.
I'm still an artist. I will always be an artist. That's inside of me. And I have this one here. See, you might want to read it.
What does it say? Who, what, me, follow, subscribe. Yeah, that's cool.
Right.
That is cool. I'd love to just have like my truck and then maybe a little caricature of me too. And then but I do on the serious part, I do need a logo design. I can't seem to choose something that's cool enough.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd love to pay you for services if you would do it. You know what I mean? Because that would be awesome. And I want to support what you're doing.
Leave me, get on my page and leave me some information. That goes for anybody, okay? For the truck drivers out there that are listening.
Yeah.
Just get in contact with me and tell me
That's cool. I know everybody's trying to do some, get some art for their channels and some things, and yeah, that could give you some side biz, right?
Yeah, see this one here. It's Edgewood 66. See?
Yeah, that's really cool too. You did all that art. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you guys can see her art in action on her videos at her channel, Edgewood 66 Transport.
I would love animation, but I don't got time for that because I got to work. because that would
Right.
really boost, you know, I could
Yeah.
be real creative, but I don't have time. I mean, you really got to work on that. But I'm
Wow.
I've
That's interesting.
got into videos, and I'm exploring the videos, and I really enjoy it. You know,
I'm enjoying what you're doing. Like I enjoy how you're putting stuff together, and it's it's neat to see it, right? And along with your great stories that you put in there, but I notice the different kind of things you're trying, and it's very cool. It's very
the
cool.
part about it is keeping up with you guys, because like for instance, Trucker Girl, I have to with to compete with her. I have to put on my prom dress to her.
You know what though? Look,
And like with you, I got to put that smile on bigger than heck. You know?
you know what? I love you, and I found you, and I forget how I found you, but I thought it was from Wheelburner's channel.
Oh,
But
really?
well, yeah,
Oh,
it was after he gave me a shout out. It was like then I had saw that you had subscribed to me, and so I went back to try to check out your channel, and it's just different, and I liked it, right? And it's not, doesn't stress me out, and so I decided to check it out and subscribe to you, and I'm just loving your content like every time, and I can see you're trying different things, and it's really cool. So
I didn't know Will Burner was looking at my videos. I'm flattered. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, he's a flatbetter, right? He's a flatbetter. So he was on, remember? He was on in the last live that you came on.
Yeah.
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 And so yeah, he's a fellow flatbetter. So he's trying to support too and stuff like that. But she's just got some cool stuff going on because it's her art, and I think that's fascinating too, that she's a real artist, you know.
Thank you. Thank you. I didn't know you listened to me or like me or anything, but thanks.
Yeah,
Anyway,
so she's got a few subscribers over there, and you guys, I think you'll enjoy what she's doing. So you should go check her out and subscribe. Give her some more subscribers. And first of all, I do want to say this, like there's no competition with us. Like we're all doing something different, and I really look forward to I love what Trucker Gal's doing. I already know, like I don't have time to do all that. but I'm not trying to compete with her whatsoever. Like she's cute, she's fantastic, she's funny, she's her channel's grown like crazy. Like I'm happy for her, and I want to learn from that, just to make my channel successful. But you know what I mean? Like it's I want to support it. You know what I mean? And I want to support your channel because we are all women out here together, and one person can be great at media, and then some of the rest of us aren't so good at it, and it's okay. It's okay. I want you to love me for me anyways, and I want to love you for you anyways. So I never see that we have to compete or anything.
This morning I had 9 subscribers. Now I have 12. Thank you.
Yay! Wow. Yes, that's great. Anybody else, if you haven't checked her out, check her out. Give her a shout over there. But look at what TBT says. He says your logo can be a rainbow colored truck with a unicorn driving. Rainbow. You know what he's saying? My rainbows and unicorn viewpoint and everything. Like everything's all rainbows and unicorns.
Let me tell you a little bit about my background experience. First of all, I've been drawing since I was a little kid, right?
Yeah.
Crayons in the first grade were it. But when I started on my own, my art business, nobody knew what clip art was. That's when Steve Jobs was just coming out.
Right.
And I had just started. I'd graduated top 10 out of 3,000 people at the Institute of Art, and first place in my portfolio review. But I found myself, ended up working by myself, to make a long story short. And I was drawing clip art. I didn't know what clip art was. That's when the computers looked like big old TVs. They were huge. You remember Macintosh? There were different colors.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, those are starting out. And I was drawing the clip art because the company that I was contracted to, with my creative design, and I got to pat myself on the back for that one. Thank you, my instructors at the school. We were able to win over the Macintosh contract to put artwork in the computers.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
I was drawing thousands and thousands of clip art. I mean, little tiny pieces to big ones.
Wow.
Yeah, I made a ton of money. I just wish I would have done royalties instead of just one flat check.
Yeah.
I'm driving a truck right now.
Right. Right. That is so interesting. Wow. I don't have much talent outside of business. You know, like I know I'm a very talented business person above all things, but
Thank you. Thank you, Trucker Gal. We all come from different backgrounds. You know, we do. We all come from different, necks of the wood.
TBT's trying to start something up. He's trying to suggest that you start doing some merch, some t-shirts.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of doing. I got to start doing some screen printing and stuff like that.
Well, guys, I think we got to get her up to 1,000 subscribers so that she can have a merch tent over there. She can do that damn thing. Like, we got to get our subscribers up over there. Stepped in at Trucking says, I think I learned something on how to be a better YouTuber when I watch all your channels. Yeah, that's, and that's like, I love, it's great for us to see each other's ideas and then try to, do our own way to help our create. Right? I agree. I'm very interested in how what else people are doing. Is that your computer doodling?
That would be for you because I don't live in Fort Pierce.
No, I was, there was some background noise. I wasn't sure if it was like I thought you were, might be Abigail. Let's see. Stepped in at Trucking says, I'm trying to get better every day with YouTube and trucking. Yeah, me too. It's kind of the thing out here. She says, awesome stuff. He says, awesome stuff, you guys. Okay. So I lost Dodalina, but we've been here having coffee for 3 hours and 21 minutes. And that was way longer than what I planned, but I love you guys for hanging out. Sunday morning coffee is kind of like, I think that's going to be a pattern around here. I'm working on just like regular videos, throughout the week, but so everything's back on track. I know I'm just coming out of my trucking struggle, but I love you guys for joining in and listening while you're driving. If at the very least, I hope it was just something happy and positive for you to listen to today. I know, right, Trucker Gal? Like, look at Chicken Hawk says, how far? Oh, they're talking about that. Okay. Yeah. I've never went this long. But it was interesting, and I'm thankful to my guests, Sterling Trucking. How did he do it? Sterling Trucking. I forgot Sterling, how Sterling worded his channel. Anyways, we had Sterling in the house today, and he was our first guest on. He was so gracious to come in and share a story about his atrocious day, and he did that. And then we had Sterling. What is it? God, why am I drawing a blank? Sterling Trucking delivers. Thank you. Gosh, I'm terrible. Okay. So Toga says, thanks for the live, ma'am. I wish an excellent day to all. Me too. Hot Seat's in the house. Hey, Hot Seat. I didn't know you was here. Good job, Shannon. Yeah. So let me say this right. Sterling Trucking Delivers is Sterling's new channel name. We're trying to get more subscribers over there because he promised if he got 500 subscribers that he was going to quit the Facebook forever. We also had Dodalina from Edgewood 66 Transport. It's going across the bottom of the screen. And we also had Fate Trucking in the house, who had the cojones of steel to sit in on a chat with two women truckers. Way to go, Fate. I think that's uncharted territory. But it can happen again. Fate's always great. So check out those channels and check out Dolina's channel. She does have her little cartoon truck on there, which is a treat. And I'm looking forward to try to talk her into doing maybe some little art like that for my channel. And I always love those caricatures, right? James Best has one. And now it's kind of cute. I like the way she does hers. It's a little different, right? So we'll see what happens. Dodalina, it's fine. You hung in with me for the long haul here, girl. I appreciate you, and I hope everything works out with your truck. Thank you so much. TBT wants me to change my channel name to Trucking with Rainbows and Sunshine Vibes. Should we take a vote on that? You think people would know it was me? I don't know. Okay. So I love you guys. Again, I just want to wish you all the best on the first day of this week. I want to tell you that I love you. God bless you. Please be safe. And, keep the rubber on the road. Make good decisions. And thank you so much for having coffee with me this morning and spending this long time. Y'all are the bomb. I appreciate y'all so much. Have a great, great week in trucking. End it.